Alright, we are live. We're live, we're ready to race mostly because I didn't take my wheel down all the way. I just realized, or the shifter. Not that the shifter's used in this other than buttons over here. But we are ready. Reminder, our sponsor goals are nearly impossible. We have beautiful new paint, our updated paint. But we finished 25th. That's a goal. Average start in 30th is impossible at this point. Ranked 25th in points, very impossible. The other two, you just get money. So Crunch Bar is the only one that we might be able to do, but probably not. Just finished top 25. 2 races left. Bill Elliott has 63 points over Jeff Bodine, and 86 over Mark Martin, and then a huge gap back to Earnhardt. So it's a 3-car race, but it would take some bad luck for Bill Elliott to lose this title at this point. Now we're gonna go ahead and select our best stuff. I think I could have just, whoops, I think I could have just picked a quick select. It probably would have been fine. We're gonna load into Phoenix. And a quick double check that we have the, whoops, that we have the default. Oh my gosh, I have to speed up on. It's not helping. We have default on and manual transmission. And then let's go qualify. Make sure you calibrate the wheel by turning all the way each way. Oh, I have the game muted. That would be, hold on. It'd be great to have audio. Okay, now the game's not muted. Oops. You know what? Fine. That's fine. Literally going back a little bit. Okay.
Ned said Yolu.
What up, Ned? Did it say Yolu instead of YOLO?
I said love the shirt you're wearing, AJ.
Thank you, thank you. It's my favorite racing related shirt right now anyway. But I'm so glad Martinsville decided to do that after Chastain, and that, I mean, I'm a little sad I didn't go to Martinsville when the year that Chastain did the thing, because that was possible. We went to Bristol Dirt for the last dirt race, and then the next year we went to Martinsville in the fall. So there was a chance we could have gone to that one and been there for the Chastain move, which would have been just freaking, as mind-blowing as it was on TV, it would have been that much more in person. But either way, they had this shirt. I didn't buy it when I was there, and I saw it early, and then I was like, let's see what other shirts there are before I commit to buying it, and didn't find any other good shirts, and decided to try to buy something after the race. And after the race, this was sold out, and they're like, it sold out yesterday. And I'm like, well, what the heck? So I went online, because I know they sell the shirts after the fact too, and I was looking around. There's a website you can get shirts that are race specific, that they release later down the line. Same price, pretty much, usually. Sometimes cheaper if it's older. But yeah, I got it online then, and I was like, this great. Like, this is the shirt I want. So I'm glad I managed to get it. We just need a Thunder 04 version now. What is with the inside walls? What the heck?
Tim Richmond has a remarkable qualifying average this year.
Well, you can't win if you don't finish, and the best way to finish is to start up front and stay there all race long.
Ricky Rudd is currently in the top 10 in points.
You know, all these guys are very happy with their top 10 season so far. Hopefully they can mount a charge that will pick them up some more points on the leaders.
The 7 car.
Oh God.
See some payback for his
oh no.
actions on the racetrack.
I messed up the number. I messed up the paint.
Behave themselves on and off the track. I don't think we have that type of situation here, but everyone would be better off by just getting back to racing.
Hold on, I gotta fix my paint. I tried fixing the number in the menu and I effed it all up. Actually, you know what? I could just fix the number. Hold on. I know where this is at. I'll just fix the number back to what it was so that's not messed up. 31, 37. I tried to change data. It's fine. I just fixed it now. It should correct itself. It did not. Let me just fix my car texture. It's gonna mess everybody else up. Hold on. Apologies. I tried to fix the car number showing up as just number 7 in career, and I obviously broke it entirely. Flubs. I even prepared, like, I even made sure I set up early for tonight. I thought it was all ready. Yeah, no. Hold on. We got this one. And that texture name. I know you guys can't see this. Okay, that texture name, and then that texture name. And now we're good. But the problem is I'm going to have to reload the textures, which is going to make everybody blink real quick. Or not real quick, but they're going to be flickery for a while. Oops. Forgot the gas does menus now. Stop it. Alright, we're good. Except for the blinky cars, but it's going to happen the whole race, and I'm sorry. Tried to fix one thing, broke everything else. No surprise. Life of a developer. They'll stop flickering eventually, don't worry. Jimmy! I wonder if I cycle through. Yeah, there's my car now. Wow, that crunch logo, I didn't realize how small that was going to be on the wheel. I didn't check it. I went in too deep. I'm sorry, Petty. You are my brake. Oh, man.
Neto, said I still don't understand why you use asynchronous texture loading. You don't need it on, you can leave it off.
Because it doesn't.
Just how it works for me.
It doesn't work for me that way. I'll even show you. Hold on. If I do, maybe it will, but if I shut off, maybe it'll work. We'll try it. Whoops. It was one of those things that like was suggested by a PCSX2 developer when I was working on this stuff really early on, but no, apparently you're right. It just worked because nobody's flickering now on a reload.
Neto, said reload textures and leave it off.
Yep, I did. It's good now, thanks. What the heck? I didn't know that. Ow. Alright, let's get in the race. Because I'm not doing well. So just a reminder, for those that are just getting in that weren't here, the only sponsor goal that's even slightly possible to meet right now is our Crunch Bar 1 on the hood, which is finished 25th or better, which is not happening. So, you know.
Neto, said no problem.
I don't know why I had that on. Like I said, besides it being suggested a while ago, but I swear I tried without it before and it didn't work. Are we going to be slowest at Phoenix too? I did not balance everybody correctly for the low ranking cars. I thought I did. Ooh, I threw it in there. Alright. Maybe I'll yeah, let's focus a little bit and figure out how to drive a little bit. Gotta get used to the wheel a little bit. Well, not really. I'm kind of getting used to it on this game a little more than the last 2 streams where I was struggling a bit. Oh yeah, that's right. The AI slows way down for 3, so we're gonna be doing a lot of that with people today, I think. Also, I still mix up which corner's which in real life with their start-finish line change at this track. It just, I don't know. It's so ingrained. It's so ingrained in my brain here. It's like Pocono's turn 3. I still call it 3 and 4. They could have easily made it like 1 and 2, the tunnel turn, and 3 and 4, if they really wanted to. Oh, Delma just passed us. My dad's gonna try to blaze by again, but we're gonna outbreak him into 3, so maybe we'll get away from the catchy uppiness. Drift in. Is that my? Oh no, I don't have the button mapped.
Said AJ, you need to update the mod tool to include the cap, by the way.
The cap. Well, I gotta. You know what? I have to. What cap? I gotta put the pylon on. How about that for the stream? I forgot all about that. You said the mod tool, and I was like, oh yeah, pylon. When you say to include the cap, there we go, full screen. You mean what exactly? Oh, I know what you mean. The pit crew cap. Yeah. I haven't tested a victory lane thing in any circumstance yet, but yeah, no, I could do that. I mean, if you've done it, if you've dumped it, whatever the file name is, that's all I need. That would save me some effort if you want to PM me.
Said when in victory lane, your drivers use the caps.
Yeah. I know what you mean. But if you have the dumped victory lane hat from like career mode using the mod tool, that'll work for me. But if not, then I have to get it.
Said I believe I have the texture name for them. Might be wrong though.
Okay.
Neto. Said yeah, he'll go send it over. Hopefully it works.
Sounds good. I'll have to do a test win sometime. I don't know when though. This week the focus is 2025 is getting released, so you know, for anyone who doesn't know that that's coming, surprise. And then I'm going on vacation for a while, so there will be a break in hubbub, break in noise and news. All right. Well, the good news is we're not fading to dead last. The bad news is we're almost on an island here in 40th. Maybe long run, or if I get a little consistent here, we can catch this group in front of us. Also, the driver ratings, with the exception of the normal standouts of Horton and Davey Allison, should be a little bit closer to what they ought to be, because I did a tool update this week that makes that better. So last week it was not quite what it should have been, and any previous race for that matter. Also, I don't think I found where the final ratings are, but I definitely have a better method of trying to track it than I did before. I'm still not immune to hiring somebody who's done PS2 modding via the emulator to like help me track value that knows it better than I do. And there's plenty of people there, but they're... Oh God. The cool thing about those people is most of them will just try to tell you, like, hey, have you tried this method? And help you discover it yourself and teach you the ways. There's Davey blew up. But the problem with that is I've tried so many methods and I've put so many hours into figuring out this one thing, and it's the only thing I need to figure out yet that I've kind of just... I'm ready to just pay somebody to spend like 2-3 hours figuring it out, who knows a better way or is experienced with tracking these things, to just find it for me and tell me where to look, and then like I'll figure out the value range and everything else I need to get to be the ratings I want. But every time I mention like, hey, would like to, you know, in that group, every time I'm like, hey, would like to pay somebody to find this, they're like, you know, well, what have you tried so far? Have you tried this? And it's great, like, it's helpful if I want to figure it out on my own, but I'm beyond frustrated with it and beyond, like, my limit, I guess, for figuring it out because I've tried so many methods. I do, like I said, there's one that I think I'm on the right path a little bit better than I've been. So I still want to explore that one a little more before completely giving up. But yeah, it's been a slog, that's for sure. Sorry, I got distracted by something was reflecting off my wheel weird, like from my light. And I went to fix it because I thought it was like a little scuff mark or something, and I could see it peripherally. And I hit the wall trying to look at it and fix it. Alright, well, we're catching my dad again, which is good, and I think we're a little faster than the group ahead. If you subtract my mistake from earlier, we probably would have been battling them. Oh man, Tim Richmond is way back here. Yeah, so rough ratings. So the ratings work better now, as in they affect things more and than they did slightly before, and that means that on a bad day they're going to be really bad. Sadly, the positive values don't seem to affect the drivers as much as negative value. Well, that's not what I mean. They're not positive, negative values, but someone who's already a car that's slower than they should be getting a bad rating because they didn't do well at Phoenix is going to have a worse day than they would have. So more so than somebody who had a good day at Phoenix and has a bad rating normally would have a great day. So it doesn't quite equate as well as I would like, but again, that's why I'm trying to seek that final value. And the other final last-ditch effort method is the one I think you guys saw me posting about in the Discord a little bit last week, where I make the ratings exactly the same for everybody with 0 variance, and I not sim, but literally let the AI run a bunch of races. Oh God, I almost took out Martin. I need to stop driving in a 3 like that. They're losing all the time. Yeah, so I'd have to run like, wow, thanks for the door slam, Barkdoll. I'd have to run 120 races is what I think I counted to get the full sample that I need to be able to map drivers properly. Well, there's one running better than before that you can see is Darrell Waltrip running second right now. So you can see the new form of the ratings working a little bit there. TW ran good at Phoenix, I guess, in 90. Unlike me right now. Go ahead, Earnhardt. So I start shifting if I slow down a lot for 3 and 4. Oh, we're getting low on fuel already. Can't believe how slow I am here. I should have left the AI at 100.
Nidham. Said dang, I guess I'm the only one here, AJ. Nidham. Said how many races are left?
There's more than one person here, but chat's not usually very active. This is the second to last. So it's this and then Atlanta. Bill Elliott's leading the points over Bodine and... Wow, okay, Marlon. You parked it. He's leading over Bodine and... Who the heck's second? Or third, I mean. I think it's Martin. But he has a... Yeah, it's Martin. But he's got a big enough lead that, like... we need Bill Elliott to have a bad day for them to have a chance.
Nedham. Said, well, it does say 2 watching now. Is it me sending this message?
Yeah, well, don't forget I simul-stream between YouTube and Twitch. So, there's some from both, potentially. I should have left the AI at 100% for Phoenix and not put them at 110. That was my mistake. I think that little bit, that 10% extra, just put them where we're running worse than we should be.
Said, all right.
No, I don't know if it was last stream or the one before, but I don't think anybody typed in chat the entire stream. Actually, I think it was... No, maybe that was Thursday. I don't remember. Either nobody said anything the whole time, or literally, like, somebody came in during the last race late, but I don't remember. It happens. Or, you know, I'm a small page right now. Also, I think a lot more people watch it back after the fact. You know, when they're working during the week or something, or whatever, if they have the option.
Nedham. Said, how does the track adjustment work anyways? Like, from what I remember, putting it too high makes it too easy, but making it too low also makes it easy, but putting it high makes it harder.
I think you said one thing wrong there.
Said, I'm just a hard lurker, I don't know, I just am.
Yeah, no, Kyle, I know you're a lurker, and I appreciate you, man. I appreciate lurkers, too. I know they're here. Nedham, the track, the track adjustment works so that it's literally just a preset setting for each track that you can change if you want to change it. I just kind of guesstimated based on practicing, but this season is, I'm gonna get those fine-tuned now, since I have all these races to adjust them from. But essentially, the way the tool calculates ratings, if it say would put a driver for 100% adjustment at a rating of 100 for speed, we'll do easy numbers. If I put the ratings down for a certain track to make it easier, if I say I want 90% AI for, you know, for Phoenix, then that driver would be a 90 speed setting in the game next time I race there. It's just a preset offset for that. Or if I put it at 110% like I actually did for Phoenix, then that driver who's normally a 100 rating would be a 110 rating for speed. So it's just supposed to bump the whole field up or down on a per track basis, because like we know in this game, the road courses are super easy. So I have the road courses set to 200%. And I still feel like, well, other than not pitting and running out of fuel, I think I would have finished really well at those. And then tracks like Bristol, where the AI is just crazy fast, especially when you're in your rookie season in default setups, I bumped it way down. I think I have it at 40. Like, I have it way down for Bristol, and they still kick my ass there in the default set rookie year. But it was mainly just so that we don't get like mid-career and still have the same problem of like, oh, we dominated at these 10 tracks, and then these other 10 tracks are like okay of a challenge and kind of fun. Because dominating's not fun, in my opinion. Having a fight for it's fun. So that's part of what the point was. The other was so that the rookie season wouldn't look like it looked for me, where I don't have the settings. I have them a little too high, and I should have been a little more generous about it and lowered them. But I have, most of the weeks we've been running like in the 40s and running dead last sometimes, when I meant to set it so that we run around 35th with default setups at every track. That was the goal in the rookie year, or with a flat 50 car, actually, is what the aim was. But my test for that, how I set up my initial values, was literally like, oh god, I almost took him out. It was a long time ago, before I started this career mode, before the 90 pack was even done. I went to career mode. I forced via cheating. I forced my car to be flat 50s, and I'd run like 5-10 laps at a track, see where I'm running. I'd make a guesstimate on the percentage from there, and sometimes retest it for another 5 to 10 laps. But I did that at every single track, with the exception of the road courses, because I tried them at 200, and that's just where I left it. So, which 200 is my cap I set on the percentage offset you can do. And there's a reason for that too, but that might all change. If I find this final driver rating setting that I've been hunting for, that might all change. We might get somewhere else. Like, we have a wider range.
Gakubi's 2016 said, oh hey, I finally made one of these again.
Hey Cubbies, what's up, dude?
Gakubi's 2016 said, GLAJ, hope all is well, back marker chicanery aside.
Yeah, I'm... as far as the game goes, I set them a little too tough at Phoenix. I have them at 110%. I should have had them at 100. That said, we are beating one driver on track, although he's catching us right now. I think McDuffie's last. Yeah, McDuffie's... I just looked at the pylon. I mean, you guys can see that easier than I can. But yeah, he's right behind us here. I don't think... I think I actually had pace to do a little better, but...
me vibing to you/Cubs game/truck race starting soon.
Okay. Wait, truck race is starting tonight? Oh man, that's gonna kill the stream viewership. Oh well, people have to watch it back after the fact. I'm gonna do something fun after the season's over too. I don't know, Nedum, I don't know if I mentioned it when you were asking what's left, but so it's Phoenix, Atlanta, and then I'm gonna simulate seasons to see who retires and replaces.
Let's go.
Oh, Cope is destroying.
Gakubi's 2016 said yes, in a few minutes.
What's him for? I didn't realize they were running tonight. That shows you how closely I've not been following the recent weeks of NASCAR. I mean, I've been watching Cup though.
Nice.
Go ahead, Cope.
Neda said, why does Derek Cope have such a high stat?
Because Derek Cope was fast in 1990. And Phoenix, I guess he ran well. I'd have to check the tool and see, or check the stats and see. But Derek Cope won 2 races in 90.
Said he was solid in 1990.
Yeah. Yeah, he had 2 wins in 90 at least.
Neda said he was, but not this solid from what I remember.
I mean, look, you gotta remember, we don't have the ratings working exactly the way we want. Like we said about Jimmy Horton driving too well because he's in Jarrett's slot, and Davey Allison driving worse than he should because he's in Biffle's slot, and all the adjustments that we don't have control of yet.
Said, oh well, guess AJ knows.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to bring the tool back up and look at the finalized page because it'll have the results without looking it up. But if you look up the 1990 Phoenix results, I mean, you can see whether he was good or not. I did factor into the ratings their qualifying position to some extent, and their, I mean, the tool does, their qualifying position and their laps led. So even if he didn't necessarily finish well, that'll help. I don't know. I don't think I watched the Phoenix race when I was watching the 90s stuff and painting 90s stuff. I leaned on Dave. He didn't care. It was fine.
Neda Said, well, we know what each number assigns to who, so if you want to, you can just put who you want to perform better in that driver's slot for now, I guess.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Some drivers perform better at certain that's what I was talking about. There are just short of 120 driver slots. Finding out which 120 driver slots do slightly better and slightly worse at super speedways versus short tracks versus road courses in a big enough sample size to then map out what drivers did well there in real life to be in the right slots to begin with. It's such a cluster to try to do that. That is my last ditch tactic, is to check, is to map that all out and figure that all out and just hit the heck out of Phil. But that's not something, I don't want to resort to that.
Gakubi's 2016. Said, lot to juggle, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Neto. Said, if we want Dale Jr. to be fast at super speedways, then we can assign that driver to driver data 3. Neto. Said, yeah, I know, lol. Gakubi's 2016. Said, not to mention having a buffer for randomness.
No, actually, the Netum, when I put the drivers, see, this is what I'm saying. Junior has higher stats than Mikey by base. However, if you put Junior's stats and Mikey's stats exactly the same,
Nascar Thunder t-shirt.
Yes, I'll show you a little better in a second. If I put Mikey and Junior's settings exactly the same and put them at 0 variance, which is what I was testing earlier in the week, Mikey will win the super speedways over Dale Jr. every freaking time. He's ridiculously better skewed in whatever code triggers that we don't know about, that we don't have control over. Mikey's skewed. The shirt is a Martinsville shirt that they made. The shirt's a Martinsville shirt that they made the year after Chastain did the wall ride, and they did I saw it and I'm like, I want this, but I also wanted to see what other shirts there were, and I bought it after the fact. I was telling the story, but it's the menu from Thunder 03, but it says Martinsville Speedway instead of the game, and stuff like Ride the Wall as like the menu options and things like that. It's a fun shirt. It's definitely perfect for this sort of stream.
Gakubi's 2016. Said Horton DJ Dick top 10, let's go.
Yeah. Oh, well, at least the real Dale Jarrett's up there.
Charlie Fibrosis. Said that is super cool.
Oh, McDuffie's actually for a spot. Wait, am I in my pit window now? I can make it from here, right? Yeah, 23. Okay, we're gonna go in. Not die. Alright, let's see if we can have 2 clean stops here. We had the first good stop. Yeah, I don't know what it says. So the options are spring race, fall race, damage disable, ride the wall since 1947. And at the bottom it says home of the video game move. It was sick. Such a good shirt. I think you could still find it online secondhand right now, but I don't know what price it would be up to. I just know it was, I bought it after the race, even though I was there. It's not for Chastain's. I was at the next one when Blaney won and made the final round and then won the championship the next week. I'm a big Blaney fan, so that was like, I was mad I wasn't there for the Chastain one because we were thinking about going there for that year, but I also was happy that we didn't, for the fact of being there for Blaney's thing, even though that's just more for me than anything. And I got to meet Dave Blaney during, was that qualifying? Yeah, which was awkward because Ryan qualified terrible, and I feel like maybe it was still before his run. So they were just like, you know, I think Dave is more intense, or at least it seems that way. He seemed more intense as a dad watching Ryan have a shot at the championship than he did as a driver having a shot at a win. I don't know if that's true, but
Gakabees
yeah.
2016. Said Blaney hype.
That's something else that's funny. So, growing up, I was a Jeff Gordon fan from little on up. I remember seeing him in the Babe Ruth car when I was very, very, very young. I still distinctly remember that car very well from childhood, and I was a Gordon fan right away. But he was my main. And my underdog was Dave Blaney. When he came in and was driving the Amoco car, the 93, I was Dave Blaney fan. And not realizing at the time, not knowing as a kid that Jeff Gordon drove for Bill Davis and kind of in some ways hung him out to dry when he moved to Cup and that thing went a little sideways, and that then my underdog favorite was driving for Bill Davis. I didn't make that connection at the time, but that was also kind of ironic. But the real ironic thing is that I always chose for myself, my number was always 77. Which is funny that I'm saying that, because look, directly in front of us pitting there was Ken Reagan in the 77. But 77 was my number.
Gakabees 2016. Said hells yeah.
And a lot of people said or asked me, like, well, why don't you run 24 if you're a Jeff Gordon fan? And I'm like, I don't want to be my favorite driver. I want to beat my favorite driver. That was the thing, is I was like, I want to race him someday and beat him. Like, that was the dream. So I had to have my own number. So I picked 77 for a multitude of reasons. But regardless, I picked 77, and then Blaney left the 93 and went to the 77, and I was like, what the heck? My favorite underdog just switched to my number and was still in an underdog team, but like, that was, I don't know, that was cool as heck. I'm just sad he didn't pull it off there. Alright, so the good news about the pit stops cycling the way they did is the AI got offset on tire wear, so we might regain some spots. I don't know exactly, but oh my god, Moroso, you're holding me up. I'll get you in the braking zone into 3. I have hiccups. Wow, he actually went more aggressive than they usually do. I still got him, though. Oh, and then he pit. Wow, thanks for holding me up right before that. So yeah, some of them are pitting late and some of them are pitting early. That's usually how the AI splits the last run, which, if they have more than one run. If they don't, if they have one stop, then they'll do that just with the one stop. They'll go, like, half of them will go short, half of them will go long. I haven't messed with changing the AI pit strategy slider to see if they pit more erratically by changing that. Has anybody in chat messed with that slider in the mod tool?
Said Majeski already in pits. Sudden tire rub, it's lap 2 LMAO.
Wow. I raced with Majeski on iRacing a few times. I mean, one of them I made the mistake of racing him in the late models or the super lates or whatever, in which that's all he ran mostly on iRacing, was just late models and super lates, open setup. That's all he did, like, majority of the time. Which really, like, catapulted him into the top of the rankings, was focusing on one car that isn't, like, the most popular car, isn't the Cup car. Was a real power move. And because they only ran certain track styles, so you really didn't have to, like, I don't know, man, once you get, like, honed in on the setups and driving them, you're golden. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not trying to downplay Majeski. He's very talented. I'm just saying that focusing on one type of car that runs, one of a few different types of short tracks only is a good way to become really good at one discipline. But he's obviously good at branching out and everything else too. Like I said, I'm not trying to downplay Ty. I'm just saying that, like, that's, that was a big proponent to his iRating getting as crazy high as it did. I think he's still in the top 5 for iRating. I haven't been on in a while and checked, but I think he's still way up there. That's like I was good friends with I say was, I still would consider him a friend, but Jeff By Jr. was
He's
one.
2016. Said understandable.
We used to give Jeff By a lot of shit because Jeff's a good dude. He's also a really good racer, really good at short track stuff. But we, for the longest time, he was actually top of the iRating, like in the early iRacing days for a while. And, or at least like right there. I forget if he was in the top 3 for a long time. And he only, like not only, but like more than half of his races were just the Legends car. I used to call him Jeff By the Legends guy, like, you know, like Bill Nye. But he just dominated that stuff. But he's also really good in everything. Like, I raced him in a lot of stuff in a league where we ran a bunch of different cars, and he was in that league all the time. So, like, I know how good he is in everything, but it was just funny because if you looked at his stats and you looked at his rating, you're like, you just farmed Legends forever. That's ridiculous. But, you know, he was actually good in anything. So it's kind of similar to what Ty's scenario was. Who's in front of us that's the target? Phil? I pissed him off earlier. I don't even see him.
He's 2016.
I think we're...
Said haha.
Sorry, Hut. I got lots of iRacing stories. The inaugural Daytona 500 on iRacing had over 1,000 people sign up. I think it was like 1,200 or something. And I made the top split barely. I was like car 39 back when they assigned car numbers based on your iRating. I was car 39 of the field. So I barely made the cut for top split based on my iRating. And I have the video on... Is it on this YouTube channel? No, it's on my other YouTube channel, my Real Racing one. Well, my now Real Racing YouTube channel. But I ended up winning the 500, and I only led like 3 laps out of the whole damn thing, I think. And to take the lead, I passed Josh Berry on the outside. And I had to do it twice because I passed him once on the outside, and then he spent the next lap. When I cleared him, I got back down to the bottom, and he spent the next lap just pushing me all the way around the track. We started pulling away from the group. It was crazy. He was just bump drafting me everywhere. And
He's 2016. Said Yogrants.
yeah, it was sick. But he pushed me all the way around the track, and it was bumpy Daytona. And over the bumps in 1 and 2, it got me sideways. And I did like a Kyle Busch drifty save on the apron and came back up, and I fell back to like 5th or 6th.
Said no way I.
And then, no way I freaking text to voice. And I saved it. I came back up, and I fell back to like 5th or 6th or something from that loss of momentum. And that was with a lap and a half to go, I think it was. Or maybe 2 to go. 2.5 to go. And I oh yeah, that icon's messed up. I managed to get back up there and pass him back on the outside again. I think it was on the outside then, again, for the win. It was nuts.
Because that can mean one thing, no major wrecks.
The 7 car probably
I could show
happy about
that
this year.
Well, all
later in the
guys
stream
actually
if we
work
want.
So hard, it's a shame they couldn't get a better finish, but sometimes it's just not your day.
That was a sad race.
Car now has one less friend in the garage area.
I'm not sure how all this got
Wait.
started, but now that they have a little history on the track, it'll be something to watch in the weeks ahead.
We hope you enjoyed
Did they say 07 car that time?
it to you. Until next time, this is Joe Moore and
Did I,
Barney Hall
by
signing off.
breaking my car number, did I fix the... Did I fix what MRN says? That's interesting. I'm gonna have to see. Oh yeah, I broke the rival allies. I still don't know why they're broken. Because it's the wrong icons. I have to make a note
Nedum.
to fix
Said
that.
hold up.
Rival ally broken. Hold up what? Yeah, I broke those. I gotta fix that. I don't know what caused that, but I gotta look that up sometime. Okay. Derek Cope won the race with 34 laps led over Mark Martin. It did say 07? Sweet.
Nedum.
There's a way to do it.
Said yeah, it said 07.
Yes.
Nedum. Said it literally said it.
I thought.
Gakavi's 2016. Said I heard 7.
I mean, somebody can jump back if they don't care about the rest of the standings here. You could jump back and
said
check
9.
it.
Define Telly said 07. Nedum. Said that or just 7.
If it just said 7, that's what it's been doing.
Said no 0.
I don't know. I'll have to check it then. Mark Martin led 29, ended up second. Jeff Bodine got third with no laps led.
Said I just heard 7. Sorry.
That's fine. No big deal.
Said well AJ kinda spoke during it, but
I did. It was my bad. So points will slightly tighten up, but not enough. Actually, Bill's gonna get the same as Jeff, so that's not even gonna close.
Gakavi's 2016. Said I listened a couple times, but AJ was talking.
I know. It was my fault. I get it, guys. Jimmy Horton with his nonsense, broken stats. Dick Trickle 9th?
Gakavi's 2016. Said worth double check, but I only hear 7.
I mean, you guys can see that Dick Trickle got 9th. I just now noticed. DW with an 11th, or DJ rather with an 11th. Marlon, Butch Miller, Mikey, Brett Bodine, Kawicki. Let's see, anything else interesting? Rick Mass with a top 20. That's pretty good for him. Dave Marcus ended up 21st. I was running into him earlier in the race. Mark Stahl, top 30. Morgan Shepherd with a bad day.
Nedum. Said G's trying to use the 2003 Cuban pesos pack ain't working. Paints aren't mapping on anybody, dude. Gakavi's 2016. Said yeah, underdogs. Nedum. Said it ain't mapping correctly, I mean.
Well, double check that your checkboxes are checked in the cheats menu for default paints, because that's you have to do the paints differently now.
Nedum.
But
said cup and pesos?
Yeah, I don't know why it said pesos. That was weird. I heard that too. No, if it's not working, I'll help you afterwards. But I don't. The paints are slightly different. So, okay, let's check. Oh, maybe you didn't see the checkbox. Hang on. Let's speed up this menu. So we got some repairs complete. And we have a new engine just in time for the finale. I think I'm only going to run the repaired one, though, and save the brand new one for Daytona. It said, do we have enough money to bother repairing right now? We have 302. Yeah, we could do a quick 2-race repair on stuff. The engine's technically, I don't need a 2-race repair. I could do with a 4. Although this one sucks. So do I even want to fix that one? Is it worth the 80 to wait 9 races for that guy? Should I wait to see what guy I get next year? Maybe I should just wait 1 race and see what guy I get. Yeah, we'll let the engine sit. And is it worth? Yeah, we should do the 2-race repair for this one. I could. Let me see what the overhaul looks like. Oh, it's just that's right. You can tell from here. It literally is only going to gain 1 power. That's nothing. Yeah, we're still 3 races left on that. All right, so going into the season final, Bill Elliott still has 63 points on Jeff Bodine. Mark Martin closed a little bit. He's 76 back. So we need to have a change. Bill needs to have a bad day for Bodine and Martin to have a shot, and then it's kind of open season. Did I fix the rookies, or are they still broken? I think they're still broken. Yes, they are. Great. Good to know. That's also on my to-do list. I don't know why that broke either, but I'm kind of mad at how many things broke in the last update, because it's all a bunch of things I didn't touch. It's all a bunch of stuff that shouldn't have changed, but it did for some reason. All right, let's put the backup on there.
Gakavi's 2016. Said season final pog.
Yes, sir. All right, let's switch to my display so you guys can
Gakavi's
see the mod
2016.
tool.
Said CRUNCH hot.
Crunch, yeah. Crunch bars. Phoenix. Oh. Maybe. Hold on. Oh, what? Wow, that sort only it treats it like a string. That doesn't work well. The heck's Derek Cope? That's what I wanted to look for. He was technically the 14th ranked car. He got 11th at Phoenix in real life that year. So, excuse me. I guess whatever ratings it gave him, he must be in a car that's performing better than it's supposed to as well, I guess. I don't know what slot he is, but all right, we're gonna restart the tool, and don't mind how many versions I have here. We'll reset the. Oh, I always do a save state or 2. Yeah, okay. And then we'll reset. So we're going to go to this, and we're going to go to our final, which is Atlanta 2, and put Atlanta 1 as the other option. Atlanta, how did we do at Atlanta? Should I leave this at 80? We do have stuff upgraded. I'm going to leave it at 80. Call doesn't need, no, I don't need to do any of that stuff. Okay. Sponsors and finalize. Thing. Okay. Now, Neil Bonnet, we're leaving as full-time. Jimmy Spencer also was leaving as full-time because it didn't make sense for him otherwise. Greg Sachs, full-time because he started it. Rodney Combs. Chad Little. Jack Pennington. Okay. Hamilton was in the race. Ted Musgrave was in the race. And everybody else can stay as is. That gives us 40. So we're going to have 2 random drivers this time around. Alright, and then we'll randomize off to hit apply when we get in there. That's fine. So now, the paints. You either have to check default paint schemes here. Or in the tool, you have to hit apply to game when it's through. Oh yeah, it auto starts. Oh, it didn't do it with the wheel. Usually with the wheel, it auto starts. So it'll have the. This is the new way. It'll have the paints here, and then if I uncheck the cheat for defaults, so they're not locked on default. Then I can either randomize or literally select a different paint and hit apply. So I hit apply, and now Chad Little should be the blank Pelco car, for example. E. So you see how he's in the blank Pelco car, but if I change that to his Tyson paint and hit apply, and then you just switch off and on him, he's now the paint. Or if you switch left to right. Obviously, left to right doesn't do anything in the base like it does the original game, but applying a new paint here will make it change.
Said, how do I get the scoring pylon to work? It just takes 5 drivers and then has the letters all spam.
That's not a good sign. That means it's desynced. But you have to be at a track first. You have to be at a race first. But if you're at a race and it's not working, then you need to...
Nedum. Said awesome.
If you were at a track and you tried firing the pylon up and it didn't work, then you might need to do a system reboot because it desynced with the PS2 memory.
Nedum. Said he'll refresh the mod tool.
You don't need to refresh the mod tool. You just need to uncheck and recheck the pylon. Like literally like if I launch it right now, it's blank. There's nothing there. And sometimes it'll get garbage data and it'll think there's stuff there. But once you're at the track, you just literally uncheck it, recheck it, and then it'll fix itself after you're at the track. All right, off to Atlanta we go. Oops, I don't want quick select because we have options. So I want my new chassis. We want this engine, not our best engine. So we want to save our best engine for Daytona, and then leave no choice on the last one. All right, back to full screen, back to that. Yeah, there's some. I added some fancy features, but I unfortunately broke a couple of other small things like the rookies and career. I don't know how that broke. You know what? I actually think I do know how that broke. But I need to fix it either way. All right, let's double check we got the default set. And with manual, it looks like we did because it says quick save there, or quick save disappeared. So that's what we had. Is my car right now? Okay. Ooh. Oh yeah, I gotta redo the. Hold on. I forgot the wheel needs a redo of input for it to realign after you restart the game, and I did restart the game, so. I will be doing another reboot later. After this race, when we switch to seeing what drivers retire and replace and all that stuff. Just because I need to switch two things, and I'll be showing you guys, but I'm going to switch the controller so I don't have to mess with trying to use the wheel to navigate menus the rest of the stream. And then I want to set one thing up differently so we don't have to simulate 36 races every season. Just change the schedule out. That's about it. Alright, first lap, no bueno. Second lap, really good. Okay, well, the field's real tight here, apparently. Alright, let's let MRN do their thing.
We're live from the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia for today's running of the Georgia 500. I think we're in for some incredible racing, judging by this track's history.
There sure have been some
Gawker
incredible
Beast
finishes here at
2016.
Atlanta. In the March
Said
race of
Richmond top 5
2001,
hog.
Kevin Harvick beat
Always
Jimmy
qualifies
Johnson
good.
by mere inches to win his first NASCAR Winston Cup race.
Gawker Beast
Given the
2016.
circumstances and the emotion of that
Said hog.
victory, that is one that people will talk about for decades to come.
The 7 car is having some
Yeah,
trouble
they said
in the
7
points
there.
this year.
Yeah, those guys
Well,
are
actually,
working
I
so hard
I don't
this
have it
year.
broken
It's a
right now.
shame it really doesn't show in the points.
I don't think.
Seems they can't keep that car out of trouble on race day. And maybe their luck will change today.
The 8 car hasn't made much of a move in the points so far.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their names there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
My
Brett Bodine is a rarity on the NASCAR circuit these days as the last of the owner drivers.
not at the time.
That really is a lot for one man in these days of multi-car teams which can share information.
My pit signs aren't working correctly right now for everybody. Like, I'm seeing some 2003 pit signs, and I don't know why that is either. Maybe I broke that too, and a little long list of things I broke recently. Alright. .81 laps at Atlanta to end out the season. Again, Bill Elliott's got the points base, not wrapped up, but if he doesn't blow up or wreck or something weird happen with a pit cycle or whatever, he's gonna win the championship. But if something happens, then it's Bodine and Martin with a close battle. So really, the battle for second's interesting, and it could be the battle for first if oh God, Mikey. If Bill has an issue today. All right, we got room. I forgot how much the AI like to scatter at Atlanta. They will go all over the place on this track. Oh my gosh. Okay, Bound just blew by. Well, actually, a few people just blew by us. And then he hit the wall. Oh, there's somebody down low. I didn't know. I felt them. Wilson. It's Rick Wilson. Now you tell me. I'm glad it was only light contact that I felt in there. Backwards we go. We're supposed to be 35th or better with a base car, and this car's upgraded. must have the Atlanta stat too high too. Every track this year, practically, I think I said it, I lean towards making them too fast versus too slow. Rookies, that's me. Well, I'll tell you what, it may be a while till season 2, but I'll have that figured out for then.
Gakubi's 2016 said, "Wow, we falling back at a rate of knots."
Yeah, no, this is what happens when you qualify good in the rookie season with proper ratings for the race. I can't get the qualifying to match in career because that also
Said, "Oh God, the pain."
the qualifying times also take into account your car, not your car, yeah, your car rating, so they
Gakubi's
adjust.
2016 said, "No worries."
Because I try, like, if you do a race now race, the qualifying times are exactly in the range I want them to be. But if you're in career mode, they change based on your car rating. And I don't have a good way of predicting that, and I don't know where they calculate that, just like I don't know where the driver stats go. Are we really going to go this freaking far back? Should I reboot and start dead last and put them at a better rating for this race so it's not ridiculous? I'd like to have a race. Not have an ass beating that's not even fun. Oh my god. I thought I had Atlanta's percentage right because we ran here in the spring, so I should have adjusted. Oh yeah, my ratings got reset partway through the season. Alright. We gotta vote for redo. I'm good with it.
Said redo yes. This is a little mean to self.
Okay, so go back. Hang on, I gotta flip my thing so you guys can see. So, hold on. Load the core pack. Yep. Let me reboot it just to be safe. So I gotta change Atlanta. 1990. Oops, Atlanta, the first one. I have it at 80. Excuse me, I keep burping. Do I only drop it to 70 or do I need more than that? I don't want to go nuts. This is 65? We'll go 65. We'll see what it does. I think at this point, I've overshot in the too tough range so many times that I'm more okay overshooting in the too easy range slightly for this one race. Because there's been so many races that I got it wrong the other way. Yeah, Jimmy, I wanted to leave full time. Okay, hang on. We'll do this again. And this is why you make sub packs, is so you don't have to redo this stuff every time. Maybe I'll do that for 91. I'll make sub packs or something so everything's loaded up the way it needs to be. And it doesn't take as long to set up. Oops. Full time, and that's everybody. It was 40. Yep, that's correct. All right. Let me go to live tools. Hang on. First we uncheck cheats. Skip the intro. Live paints. We recheck cheats because it just accepted because of wheels. We do default for a second. Close that out. Randomize. Apply. Race mode. Career. No. Career. Load. That one. This one. That one. And then select our stuff. And go. Okay. Whatever we got at this point. And we're starting dead last. I'm not qualifying. I think, is Tim Richmond on the pole?
Today's running of the Georgia 500. I expect to see some exciting action
I'm
in
gonna put the
this
scoring
one.
pylon on.
The high speeds that can be reached here does make for some exciting racing. There are no restrictive plates.
I'm not gonna redo the intros. Oh no, he's not on pole. He's fourth. Bobby Hamilton lost his sponsor for the final race. You know what? I don't think I've seen his blank car this year yet in the game, so... Oh, not in our career mode. They went really slow into turn 1. What happened, guys? And then you're gone. Check out. Because you get up to speed faster than we do. Alright, well, we're going to see if we reel him back in. Oh, wait, I reset the game. Hang on. Before I run into the wall wondering why the car doesn't go straight. It always seems, with the wheel, it'll seem okay until you come out of the first corner that after doing wheel and like turning in.
Said poor Bobby.
Okay, we're gonna catch back up because they checked up out of 4. So we're back in the mix. Got Bill Venturini down here on the bottom. Ken Reagan up on the outside.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said Greg Sachs P12 Hawk.
Nice. I don't expect them to stay there. Well, I don't know. I don't know what Greg's ratings are, but I'm glad he's in the field. The other problem with our rating adjustment thing is it does base off your car to some extent. So because I still haven't found that final ratings, even if we change the percentage that they are at, it might not make them any slower for us.
Said Petty P15 Hallelujah.
I wonder if he'll stay up there. Oh, he just moved up. Shoot. Oh, man. Where's all my glasses? Okay, we're good. We're still last, though. No, we're not good. I don't know what's on them. It looks like a hair, but it's not. But it doesn't. But when I hold them up, there's nothing there. Is it on my eye? Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm distracted.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said TFW Richard outrunning Kyle.
Yeah, in 1990 anyway. That's a big thing. Like I said, even knocking the rating down, it might not matter because the guys at the back should be at the floor for ratings anyway. So again, the fact that it adjusts based on your career car, your car rating, like, I just might not have much control until we find those final ratings. When I'm determined to find them, or pay somebody to find them for me, which is what I said before. Because then we could adjust, like, if we can get them. I'm telling you guys, you know how career gets easy when you have a 100 rating car, or not 100. When you get to like 70, it gets easy. We do have that up to year, what I called year 6 adjustment. However, I think it would still get easy in like late year 4, maybe year 5. Like I think a rating 80 car is where the tool's going to cap out to keeping it somewhat difficult. But if I find where this final driver rating thing is, I will 1000% be able to control the AI difficulty beyond this, beyond what you guys think. I'll be able to make a slider that like 100 rating car, I could still make that slider where 100 rating car with the default setup is going to get your ass kicked. So please hope I find it, and and if anybody has any experience modding PS2 stuff at all, or debugging, or messing around with, like, let me know. I'll point you in the direction you could try to help. It's the last, like, it's the holy grail of things I need to find yet.
Gaku East 2016. Said excitement.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think they hit the minimum is what happened here. We're just slower than the minimum. Because I dropped the rating, it didn't seem to make anybody slower. It just seemed to keep them about the damn same. And we just gave up, some, like, I mean, we lost all the track position last time anyway, but... apologies for boring races. Maybe they'll fall back long run. Maybe I should keep after it. We could always get a yellow, too. Oh, shoot. No, we're probably not going to get a yellow. I turned that off to test... Frick. I turned off the AI rec adjustments and aggression adjustments to test out the stuff I was talking about with the driver ratings when they're all the same, which cars still do better than others. And I never turned it back on. I forgot all about that option. So there's like no chance of a yellow. Basically. There's the normal legend chance of a yellow. Frick. Alright, well, we're way too far in, and we reset once already, so... We just have to hope they fall off on long run and we can get a few spots and get some racing, or just... I don't know. I don't know what else to hope for. I mean, Atlanta has a super, super rare chance of the AI wrecking out of 4 onto the front stretch, but it usually only happens at the beginning of the race.
Said, see, I told you.
You told me what? What did you tell me? I don't know what you're telling me that you told me.
Gaku East 2016. Center of the misery.
Shoot.
Neto. Said I told you the rec frequency ain't the same.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'll show you what I'm saying. Give me a second. Yeah, whatever. I have this not checked.
Gaku East 2016.
This needs to be checked.
Said you said no such thing.
I had this unchecked. No, he said that not today. He said it in Discord. I have it unchecked is what I'm saying. I forgot to recheck it. I had it unchecked because of testing out the ratings being even across the board. Because I didn't want there to be yellows. I didn't want there to be crashes to influence the results.
Said oh I the gut you meant entirely.
No. They work. They absolutely work. It's just, there is still a difference between legend and veteran and rookie in game to another degree beyond that setting. But that setting does affect it. It does work. I think it works even more so in race now than it does in career, though, for some reason, which is really interesting. But it does seem like, I know it works in career as well. It just doesn't... It's not what we want or expect, but it works. I promise you it does. Or you know what? Maybe in career... No, we've had some weird yellow. We've had some self-spin yellows this season. But maybe in career, it's a separate setting somewhere else in memory. But I thought I set it in... Because I remember there being 2 places in memory that is an option. And I swear that I set it in both with the cheat. But I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe there's a 3rd place it happens. But... Because career mode has a lot of... separate sections in code that it does the same exact thing as the other modes, or stores like your settings versus other modes. So we just have the regular legend long shot because I had it disabled. I apologize. Give me topics, guys. Ask me NASCAR questions. Ask me non-NASCAR questions. Ask me Dragon Ball and Pokemon questions. I'll talk about that stuff all day. I can tell you my favorite 1991 paint that I've done so far that I've not shown, because I kind of want to just be like, hey, it's done randomly without people knowing like that it's getting close to being. I mean, it's not close yet.
Gakavi's 2016. Said Cubs Mets on RN. Who you got?
I'm not a baseball guy, but you're a Cubs fan, so I'm hoping the Cubs win just for your sake. I don't care about baseball. Sorry. NASCAR video games, manga, anime, those are like my 4 main things, I guess. Game development, like that's those things are all my main interests, I guess.
Gakavi's 2016.
Board games
Said
also.
no 91 paint yet. Gakavi's 2016. Said fair enough. Tie.
The 91 paint, my favorite one that I've done so far that I've not shown is the Mickey Gibbs 24 Air Force, the one he ran in the Daytona 500. 'Cause that looks fantastic. I'm not looking forward to doing Alan Kwickie's Army one though. That one's gonna be tough as balls, but yeah, the Air Force one, it looks so good. I'm so happy with it. Man, Jeff Bodine winning the race. Bill Elliott having a stinker of a stinking up the season points here. Dale Jarrett though up in the top 5. Look at that. I wonder if DW passed Mikey last week in the points because they were having a good battle for I think 9th in points. And DW did way better last week than he had been most of the season. But Mikey was ahead last I looked, last I remember. You know what sucks? We're 23 laps into this, and I say only, but I lost like a straightaway to the next position. So we're not like a lot slower than them. We're just a little bit slower than you know, the next handful of cars. But it's just enough that it's kills this.
Because we really should get going.
Well, thanks for subscribing. If I get a subscriber when I'm running dead last in the rookie season at Atlanta, then like I'm happy. I appreciate that. I also changed, if you guys didn't notice, I changed the subscriber notification. Actually, I changed it for YouTube. I have a different one for YouTube versus Twitch, so I think that was the YouTube one. I think. No, man. Well, right now we don't need a yellow, so I don't know what the heck to even hope for. Yeah, according to my paint tally thing, my little Excel sheet of what paints I gotta do for 1991, I'm about 30% of the way through the cars. But I have to do pit signs and the rival ally icons I have to make. I mean, they're a lot easier than painting a car, but I still have to do those. And then driver portraits, they're actually a pain. I might end up reusing some from the 90 pack if their sponsor didn't change between the 2 years, or their like suit design or whatever, just to save time, because it's, I don't know, that's a lot of tedious work.
Said huge respect.
For doing the paints, thank you. Or for the sub. No, I think you meant doing the paints. But yeah, no, it's... I'll be honest though, I haven't been putting a ton of time into doing the 91 paints recently because I was trying to do so many things with the tool, and especially, again, after I found out about the rating problem that we have here, that kind of derailed working on paints for a long while. Alright, we'll just pit right here. Okay, smooth entry. Racing for Kids magazine car. Well, I mean it's Crunch Bar, but also that. See if our pit crew does a good here. Not that it much matters the way we're running. Look at those pit crew suits though, Crunch Bar. Alright. Ha! The pit sign ahead of mine is Kit Paint. I don't know if you guys saw that, the KP sign. That's funny.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said so clean AAA. Neto. Said awesome EE.
Awesome EE? I thought you said awesome hee hee based on the way it read it.
Neto.
You meant the picture
Said
suits.
Big Blue.
Yeah. If I like had some real time to work on cool shit, if I wasn't working on the mod stuff at the same time, I would have made the suits look like a big Crunch Bar.
They'll feel the crunch. All
Ha.
of them fired after finale pop.
No, the rehire, it default puts them at the top, but I don't know if they want to rehire after this season. But no, I was gonna say if I had the time, if I was only playing this game and I wasn't making the mod stuff, I would have. Oh God, give me room. I would have absolutely done the pit crew suits to look like a giant, like, candy wrapper, where their feet are the edge of it, and then the body is, you know, the middle of it, and then right near the top it would be like it was ripped open, and then be chocolate there up. But you know, that's a lot of time and effort and stuff I just don't have right now. But it would have been fun. But either way, the blue suits look good. Thanks to your texture stuff. Need them. Actually, a really prime example of how much time I've had to work on things other than modding and mod packs. This dashboard texture, I have a dark gauge thing, and the one behind my driver's hand right now, that one's a dark gauge. But I haven't changed the two oil gauges, the pressure and temp, and I haven't changed the fuel gauge yet. They've been like that all this mod, all this season. I've not gotten to it. It's on my long to-do list, but it is very low on the to-do list. But that's another one of the ones that, like, if I was just painting or just playing, I would absolutely have done those by now. But because I'm trying to do the mod tool and fix things and make new stuff and discover the couple things we're missing yet, like, that's why this stuff's on the back burner. And I still, like, when I'm done with the mod tool, I still want to pivot a lot of my time to working on my own game from scratch, my second game, I should say, as far as ones that I released that first one, Die Cook, and I'm planning on releasing the next one fully. Like, I'm not gonna just... I kind of have, like, a rule to myself that if I start a game project now forward, I'm finishing it. It's not gonna get dropped unless the game's just flat out not fun or not turning out at all like I think it's going to. That's the only way I would drop one mid production, but because it's a big problem. I don't know if you guys have this, but anytime I've ever started any passionate pursuit of any sort, like, you always start out gung-ho, you dig into it, you have all these ideas, you write down stuff, you map it out, you do all the early steps, and then when it gets down to the actual grind of making that a reality, and the months and months and months of, you know, whatever to finish it, is when the passion for it's gone. And it's so hard to finish a project, and you think, oh, but I got this other idea, and that one seems better and seems more fun and seems more doable than the one you're on, and before you know it, you've done that cycle 20 times over, and you've not finished anything, and you've not even got anything near finished, for that matter. And I feel like that happens to a lot of people, but with Die Cook, I forced myself to get past that point. With this mod tool, honestly, kind of just stayed passionate about it because it being able to iterate on it the way I have, and the community response that you guys have kept me going. That's the big thing, is like, I feel like once with my video game development, I feel like if I can get to where I have a core group of people that enjoy the work I do, then the passion won't dissipate. I will be able to stay after it a lot better. But when I'm making a game from scratch, and, you know, I'm the only one that really knows about it much, it's really hard to stay motivated.
Is 2016. Said happy to help, brother.
Yeah. And I mean, this streaming stuff, like, I've been wanting to stream games and try to make that like a side gig for forever, as have tons of gamers. I'm not like, you know, a unique person in that respect by any means. But I've tried multiple times over to get a YouTube channel or a Twitch channel going with streams. I've tried doing just racing stuff. I've tried doing everything else, like retro gaming. I think the only thing I didn't do was the thing that I know is more likely to succeed, which is play the new hot game every time. Like, whatever just came out, play it, because that's what people are searching. That's the only thing I didn't do, and I refuse to do that because I'm not gonna buy games just because other people think they're popular or want to know about them. I'm gonna buy a game because I want to play a game, not for any other reason. I don't care if it makes me less likely to succeed in this space. I'm fine with it, because this is like a fun goal. It's not a I have to, like, I need this or I die, like, kind of goal. So that's why I kind of just am a little more like, I'm just gonna play what I want. If it turns in, if there's an audience for it, sweet. If not, oh well. Like, as long as I'm having fun with it, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm sure it'll be better when I'm not 43rd every damn race. That's the other thing. Like I said, if I find where the final driver ratings are, this I cannot express how much this is gonna change. How the gameplay turns out, and how the, you know, everything is with the packs here. I still say the biggest example of how much the ratings actually don't matter versus whatever secret calculations going on for career mode is Tim Richmond's 34th right now. Where he qualified up in the top 5, that's where he should be running. Where they qualify is, you know, plus or minus like 5 spots is where they should be running for the most part. And every single race you guys have seen it this season, Jimmy Horton qualifies near the back, finishes up front if he's in the race. My dad will qualify mid-pack, sometimes up front, and then finish in the back, except for super speedways. And then, which actually, I'm curious what slot my dad. I think my dad's actually in a fantasy driver slot. That's probably why. And Tim Richmond too. He's in a fantasy driver slot. So, like, he should be up front. He's not. He's nowhere near it. So, I mean, like, there's only... Even doing the last-ditch method of seeing which cars perform well at which tracks and bad and whatever, and then trying to accommodate for that by adjusting the ratings further. Like, there's only a small window that I can adjust the ratings on the front end before it's calculated. And that's... Even giving Tim Richmond a top 5 rating, he finishes in the 30s. So, I can't, like, it cannot be fully overcome, is what I'm getting at. I can get it to where the, on paper end results look about how they should by remapping what drivers go where. And, but it still won't
Said, didn't you say your dad
work.
and Richmond have the highest variance is why they're all over the place?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought early in the season. You haven't been on a few streams in a while, so I think you missed some of the mid here.
Said that is bizarre though.
Yeah, it's not the variance, because I actually found where the variance last week. I found where variance stat is for all the drivers, and I know how to change it now. And I set everybody's variance the same. In this race and in Phoenix, everybody's variance is at 1.
Gubernatorial's Calo 9M Rogues.
Spam!
Said BS viewers on streambook.com.
BS viewers?
At ASXF8G. Gaku East 2016. Said AHH okay.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, dude. I was really bummed when I figured out that, like, things are not as they should have been. But... And what threw me off so much, and what, like, really killed it for me before, was that in Race Now mode, that's where I was testing my ratings initially, way back when I was first making the mod tool, and I was first trying to find what values to tweak and what affects what. I was running Race Now races, and it works in Race Now.
2016. Said based viewers in chat right now.
You know what? What we'll do after this race, while I'm setting up for simming the next few seasons, I will load up Race Now with the exact ratings we have right here, and go to Atlanta, and I'll park my car, and we'll leave the pylon up, and I'll set up my tools, and you can watch. I'll just fast forward it as best I can. I think it'll go like 1.5 speed. And you'll watch and see that the running order is very different, and that, like, Tim Richmond and my dad most specifically will run very different than where they are, or wherever they end up then when this one ends. Because the ratings work in Race Now exactly as they should. It's just wherever they calculate your car rating coming into effect in career mode, somebody did extra code that affects drivers further, and it just doesn't. I don't know why it's weird, but I don't know where that data lives that they drive off of, but it's somewhere.
Said sounds good.
Because that's, it's just, it's so frustrating. I don't know. I wonder if season mode, you know what? I don't know if season mode works the way it's supposed to. That'd be a test for somebody. Because if Race Now works, then season mode should. I would imagine. My only thoughts for career is that one of two things happens. Either it is literally driver specific and there's extra code that triggers, or whatever ratings you set when you first start the career mode, whatever they start at when career mode is initialized, when you do a new one, is what kind of sets them for one of the values for long term. They do still adjust. We do know from KG's experiments with Thunder 04 that, if you manipulate it so Casey Mears wins the races by wrecking people and whatever, then, like, later on in career mode, Casey Mears will just naturally run faster. We already know that. I already know where that data is. It's exactly where we're setting the driver ratings. So there is a way to manipulate that, but there's some other calculation. There's some extra thing that's going on that we don't know about, and that's where I think, I don't know, everything's getting messed up. I know I keep talking about it. I've talked about it multiple streams now, but it's an ongoing problem, and it's a big one. I don't know. Can you tell I'm passionate about it? I want to get it figured out. I want to fix it. I want to have things work the way they're supposed to. Alright, let's pit right here. Okay. See how our last stop of the season goes. Ty Thunder hasn't messed up in a few races. Well, in like 2 races. See how Ty finishes out the season. Oh man, we're way back. We're already last from pitting. Well, great stop. 16.3? Where was that when we've had a competitive car? This pit crew's so good at doing great stops when it really doesn't freaking matter, and so great at doing bad stops when it really matters. Ay. Gotta love it. Rusty Wallace with the white numbers this time, this race. I know! Sorry, I said
16.3 is amazing.
I saw the message before I heard it. But yeah, dude, 16.3 is crazy good. That was probably their best stop of the frickin' year. And when is it? When we're running dead last, miles behind the goddamn world. We're just back here like just chilling. Going nowhere. Yeah, best stop ever. I guess they're vying for their jobs for next year. I don't know why they want them. Oh, man. We're keeping whatever tires Rusty's on, we're keeping with him, so that's good. We're getting some draft, and that's making us faster too.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said Chuck and Ted top 28, no way.
Well, we're in a pit stop cycle. I don't think they're gonna end up staying there. Because we're keeping up with Rusty Wallace right now. So, and he's 4th. Heck, if I was actually doing the ally rival drafting, like if I was doing the share draft, I probably would have, like, almost made an ally out of Rusty here. I think he's pitting, though.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said let a man dream.
I guess he's not pitting. I mean, if a yellow comes out, it's possible. We're flying these few laps, though, getting a tow here. Where the heck was this speed all race? Pit crew, not only did they do a 16.3, but they put on a set of specially matched tires or something. They're matched special and staggered perfect or something, whatever Harry said. It is 1990. This was the year for it. Here comes Bodine. Bill Elliott staying out late to make sure he leads plenty of laps before he pits to try to secure some extra bonus points. Oh, there goes our draft partner. Well, there goes our pace, probably. I'm actually not trying to block Bodine, but he's not... Wow, look at that lap. 83. Or did I just get used to the wheel suddenly and not realize it? No, it was probably the draft. draft does a lot in this game when you have a decent amount, especially at a track like this. Yeah, we'll have to watch the next few laps, see how bad it is. I mean, that one I got some draft. Yeah, it was already 3/10 slower. My God, is that how much difference it makes? If we ran 3/10 faster the whole race, holy crap, we'd have actually been beating some people. We just need a draft buddy who's also slow, I guess. Oh, yeah, handsome Harry. Oh, that was a cool. I got to tell you guys this one for those that haven't watched the old races. When I'm working on the 91 stuff, I like to watch the 91 races. I didn't finish the 90 season when I did the 90s. Don't get me wrong, I didn't finish it out. But for 91, I'm through Talladega, I think, in the beginning of the season. But yeah, Talladega was the last one I watched. But what was cool for the Talladega race, Harry Gant was fuel saving and trying to win over Earnhardt, and he had a big lead, but they weren't sure about his fuel, and he was by himself, and Rick Mast in the one car, Terry Labonte in 1990, but Rick Mast in 91 drove the other Skull car, number 1, and Rick Mast was helping Harry Gant save fuel late in the race and down to the end and everything else. So by pushing him, literally, like just drafting with him, pushing him, helping him, and Harry won that race. And what was cool is Harry in Victory Lane, like it was so storybook that the two Skull cars worked together to get Harry the win, because one of the guys.
Oh yes, I know this story.
Yeah, one of the guys.
2016. Said great stuff.
One of the guys high up in the Skull company, I forget which position he said, but one of the guys high in the Skull company had passed away that week prior to that race. So it was one of those, weird timing storybook situations that make you think about that sort of thing. But I thought that was a cool one. Speaking of, oh god, Terry, this is why you're not in the Skull Bandit next year, or the Skull Classic, because the other one's the Bandit. This one's the Skull Classic.
Goku Beast 2016. Said, wow, that's some cosmic timing.
Yeah. I actually have an interesting one about my dad. I don't think I've told you guys. So the weekend he passed away, he died on a Sunday. Did you see the lap time? I just started talking about my dad. I ran a 31 what? 157. Jeepers creepers. Oh my god. I literally looked down and just that's crazy. Anyway, that freaked me out. My dad passed away on a Sunday, and the Friday prior to that, the races rained out, and he had just put a new motor in my car the past week because we blew up the week prior. And like I said, we rained out that Friday.
Goku Beast 2016. Said yikes.
Yeah. I thought car was ready for the race. We rained out. It's like a week off. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to work on. My dad wanted to shake down the motor. So without even talking to me, I went back home, went to work that night after the races rained out. Because I was working graveyard shift to be able to race. Because I worked at a casino, and day shift goes till 7 p.m. So you can't make a race that starts at 7 something if an hour and a half away if you're working till 7. So, or starting at 7 if you're on swing shift. So I worked graveyard shift just so I could race. And so I went to work that night, that Saturday night, or that Friday night into Saturday. And my dad took my race car Saturday, unbeknownst to me, to an event. There was a local track that runs like a yearly. I think they do it more often now too, but it was a yearly like reunion event. It was a racetrack that had been closed for years, but it still exists. And they take a bunch of vintage cars there and they mess around in practice and just have mini. I don't want to call them races because they don't go crazy. They don't they have fun. And my dad took my car to that to shake down the motors, make sure it ran okay. Because you don't know till you get on track. You can do all you want in a garage. You don't know till you get on a track how a motor's going to do. So he took it there just to shake it down and check things out, make sure everything was good. Well, what happened is it poured rain that day, and this vintage event was kind of rain or shine. So he took the car out, and there's a lot of good photos of this, but he took my car out and was driving it around in the mud, slip and sliding, having, according to everyone who was there, Mikey just blew up. According to everyone who was there, he was having the time of his life. And this was the day before he died. And the craziest part is everything went full circle. When he started racing in 1984,
2016. Said oh no.
When he started racing in 84, he ran in a division that was called slide stocks. And slide stocks, they were basically the same as like...
Said incredible.
They were basically the same as like... I didn't even get to the crazy part. The series he started in was called slide stocks. And what they would do is at the end of the night, they would soak the track. And these guys ran essentially enduro cars or stock cars or whatever, with bald tires on a wet dirt track, and ran 5 laps, and it was chaos and mayhem. And my dad, that was his first race, and he won the championship his first year, in a handful of races, in sliding around in the mud, having a good old time. That was where his career started, and that was the last time he ever drove a race car. And like the fact that it went full circle right before he died, like that was, it's spooky, it's crazy, it's weird to think about, but I don't know. I wanted to share that story with you guys. What better time to do it than when we have nothing going on in the race, unfortunately. But yeah, like it's so weird that came to be, came around that way. Oh, what a terrible way to end the season, though, here. Oh, and I just realized Mikey blowing up. That means DW is going to beat him in their battle they had for 9th. Shoot.
Neto. Said wow dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
2016. Said remarkable.
Alright, well, way in the back. Start sitting.
Gakabees 2016. Said he's right in front of us BTW.
Yeah, well, he's been most of the season.
You can really dominate a NASCAR Winston Cup race.
The 7 car didn't have much of a race.
Well, he gave it all he had, and that's all you can ask of any driver.
The 7 car didn't do anything to improve his standing with the other drivers out there.
You don't
What do you
win
mean?
Cup racing without being competitive, and sometimes those instincts get a little out of hand. It should be fun to see what happens next.
This has been
Who did I tick off?
broadcast of live NASCAR Winston Cup racing. Until next time, so long and have a great day.
Okay. Let's go through the results here. Like I said, I know those are... I broke the car things. I don't know what's up with them. But Bill Elliott wins the last race of the season and the championship. Jeff Bodine second in the points. Leads most laps. Finishes second on the day. Dale Earnhardt third. DW with another top 5. Dale Jarrett with another top 10. Jimmy Horton, I don't even want to talk about you, sir. Dick Trickle with another top 10. What the heck is going on? Mark Martin finishes 11th. He should be third in points, though. Kwiatkowski 12th. Marlin. Dave Marcus with a top 15. Morgan Shepherd with a top 15. Chuck Bound got his top 20. There you go. Ted Musgrave got a top 20. There you go. It happened, Cubbies. Man. Ricky Rudd outside the top 20.
Gokubis 2016. Said base top 10. Wow.
Yeah. Davey Allison back there as per usual. Unfortunately, Tim Richmond 31st. Anybody else notable? Greg Sachs faded as I was expecting, unfortunately. Alright. Alright, that is going to end our first season. However, we've got more to do here. So,
Gokubis 2016. Said Gratz Ted.
we're going to save it in both slots. Just so I have the backup there. And then we're going to go to the stats and let's see. Elliott Bodine Martin. Dale Earnhardt ends up 4th. The actual 1990 champion ends up 4th. Excuse me. Rusty Wallace 5th. Ricky Rudd. Alan Kwiatkowski 7th in the 7 car. Sterling Marlin 8th. Darrell Waltrip ends up 9th. Mikey Waltrip bombs the last race, unfortunately, with a motor problem, which was very fitting of Mikey at the time. He had so many issues with the car breaking on him in the early 90s. But he keeps the top 10 anyway over Derek Cope, Brett Bodine, Ernie Irvin, Kyle Petty, Kenny Schrader 15th, Labonte, Shepard, Butch Miller with a top 20, Tim Richmond our 19th in points, and Dick Trickle rounds out our top 20 in points. Rookie of the Year technically I think goes to Moroso, though he missed a couple races, I think, so maybe I did steal it. I mean, technically I had my dad set as a rookie. So, wait, did my dad win the rookie points then? I know I have the rookies messed up, so we can't check the normal page, but I think my dad won the rookie points. That's cool. Shoot, I didn't even know. Let's see. Martin, Bill Elliott, Jeff Bodine, Earnhardt, Waltrip, Rudd, Tim Richmond, and Kwiatkowski are our pole sitters on the year. Mark with 11. Bill Elliott wins 8 races. Martin and Bodine, or Earnhardt and Bodine win 5. Mark Martin got 3. Derek Hope got 2, which is exactly what happened in 1990. Kind of crazy. Mikey Waltrip with 1. Oh yeah, he stole that road course win where I ran out of fuel. Ricky Rudd got 1. Tim Richmond got 1 that we crashed out of. That again, his stats work the way they're supposed to, just not in career mode, unfortunately, when you survive a race. Sterling Marlin won 1 early in the season. Harry Gant got 1.
Said I'm convinced I'm the greatest super speedway driver on NASCAR Thunder 2004.
I disagree. I will look. I know. I've had like the worst season ever, but I mean, it's like default setups, crappy rating car. This is what it is. I will argue I will argue on racing any day. And Brett Bodine won our Daytona 500, if you guys remember, so that was cool too. It was the only race he won that year, but fun.
Neto. Said course you disagree, LOL.
Absolutely. Last race, Mark Martin got move of the race, and Mikey Waltrip got it at Phoenix. That was all there really was to look at there. Okay, so we've saved it. I'm gonna back out of the career. I'm gonna do a race now. We'll just do, I don't know if I have custom set up correctly right now, because I changed my custom settings a lot to just test shit out. So I want my dad to be in the race, so we'll play as Sedgwick just to get a different car. Like I said, I want to just have up for you guys while I set up the tool here. I gotta get out of the pack though, cleanly.
Gokubis
Okay.
2016. Said Chevy rigged MFR championship pop.
Okay. We get the scoring pylon. Oh god, I hope this works, because this sometimes. Wait, what? Wait, who am I? Bill Sedgwick. These names are not in order. There you go. Okay, file on Windows up. Alright, now let's, while that's going on, I will set up the other stuff. Oh, maybe I should like switch so you guys can see it correctly. Not that there's much to see. So, 1990 pack. Prevent retirements unchecked. Is it stalled? Schedule. Load schedule. It has a bunch of just the 500. And then make sure. Alright, I've got the full-time, part-time guys the way they should be. Wait, no, I gotta change a couple. Where's Bonnet? Oh, there he is. Okay. No, I think we're good.
Put the hammer down, buddy. Let's roll.
How can you install this mod? There are a lot of videos on installing mods and doing that. I'm not.
Wolf 1
Sorry.
said, how can I install this mod?
Sorry, I'm not gonna
Dr. Beast
go
2016
through.
said one word, racetrack.
I'm not gonna go through how to install the mod on a live stream because there's a lot of content covering it. The website covers it well. There's plenty of videos that cover it. So it takes time to set it up. So there's a lot of steps. But as you can see, so I just want to point out the running order. Notice Davey Allison's in third. Morgan Shepherd's winning the damn thing. We've not had Morgan or Davey finish top 10 like more than a couple times in the whole season. Tim Richmond's staying in the top 10. Bill Elliott is fading. Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, they're both outside the top 10 pretty far actually. Ricky Rudd's 21st. My dad's staying in 24th. He's not fading. Jimmy Horton's not charging through the field. So this is what I'm saying. The ratings work in Race Now exactly as they're supposed to. But in career mode, they don't. And I need to figure it out. Okay. Anyway, the tool's ready. We're resetting. Oops, I can shut down this one.
EA Sports.
It's in the game. EA. That's all you can say. EA! It's gone. Okay. Cheats on. And now we're going to load in. The rest of the stream is going to be seeing how retirements go. And, oops. Do that. So you can see it screwed up my schedule here just as race 1 of 1. Wait, did that mess up the... That shouldn't mess up the points. Oh, it's really funky. Alright, our first...
Dr. Beast 2016
Oh, it did mess it up.
said EE Sports, it's in the heat.
Wait, this is year 91? Did it jump to the new... What happened? It got all weird. Okay, well anyway. We're just going to simulate regardless. Oh yeah, it did mess up. That's fine. Wait, because it said Atlanta. Quickie. And then, wait, why does it still say race 1? I also didn't switch to the... I think I had to start the new season first. Hold on. Hang on. Let's hold on. I have a way to do this. Let's quit. Let's shut the cheats off. Load in. No, maybe that's still not going to work, is it? No, because it already overwrote the season. Shit. Okay. Hang on. I'll get this.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
We're going to do this, because I've done the retirements before just to see that it worked. Yeah, I did it to where there's just one race of the season so that we can
Gakube's
go forward in
2016
time quickly.
said cool every race is Daytona.
Oh, now it's the core schedule. Jeez. Oh my god. Now it's all messed up. Let me see if it does the season end here. Chad Little. Oh my god. Doesn't have the ratings or anything. It's just Chad Little's winning every race. What is this? Will it do retirements? Okay, JD McDuffie retires. No replacement. AJ Foyt retires and Tommy Kendall takes the spot. Now, let me see. Hang on. It's taking some fudging around to
Gakube's 2016 said Chad Gamer.
okay, now I'll put cheats back on. Now let's load back into that test one that's at the beginning of the season. Or it's at the end of it. But the retirement's off. What just happened? Hold on. I thought you could switch. Maybe doing one race was the problem. No, okay. So Kawicki wins. Nobody's retiring though. That's the weird part. Let me see if shutting off the cheats will let it do it. I know you guys can't see that. Well, you can see that, but this is going to be the annoying part, is that you have to rehire people every time, and then you're going to be like, I don't care about my sponsors. So Kenny Schrader wins. Okay, retirement's back on. Let me plug my controller in. I have to go under my desk for this. Shoot. Okay, controller's plugged back in. Let me turn my fumble. Turn my settings back. That's not game properties, controllers. All right, so the years are a little offset as far as who's going to retire when, but we can still do this. So Petty retired and Means retired. Nobody replaced them. I guess let me speed up the name later again. Kawicki, it's Kawicki and Schrader so far, just winning the Daytona 500 every year. Chad Little retired. Mike Alexander takes his spot in the 19. That's a young retirement for Chad Little. And Dick Trickle retires, replaced by Phil Parsons. Let's see what else we get here. Oh, no. Wait, what offers would I get? Quartermaster and PPG. Those are new. Kawicki wins the 500 again. Dick Johnson retired. Oh man, nobody replaced him. Mark Stahl retires. Bill Sedgwick takes his spot. That's 76. This is why I set the season to one race and why I wanted to get that to work, because then we don't have to do all the hubbub. We can do this pretty quick. Mickey Gibbs wins the Daytona 500? What? What in the world? Oh, other retirements did happen. It did that thing, Needham, where it doesn't show them, but they happen because Larry Pearson's in the 33. So Harry Gant retired. Larry Pearson's in the 33. Morgan Shepherd retired. Lake Speed is in the 15. Who was there? Anybody else that I can notice here?
Nedham said IE second time. Gakube's 2016 said Mickey Dub.
Mickey Dub. That's insane. I don't see anybody else that looks like they retired here. Oh, Dave Marcus did, and Phil Barkdahl took his spot. So Phil Barkdahl went from the 73 to the 71. I think that's the only other one. We might have lost somebody that just didn't get replaced.
Nedum. Said field must run out of fuel again.
He led 2 laps, so they ran out of fuel with 2 to go. Chuck Bound retires, and Irv Orr, the road course ringer, takes his spot in the 97 Kellogg's car. Jeff Purvis retires with no replacement. Now, eventually, this is the other fun thing. Actually, I'm not even going to tell you guys what's going to happen. You guys we'll see when you notice, or when it starts happening. Freaking Mike Alexander wins in Chad Little's car. Mickey Gibbs, 43rd to 2nd, wins. Like, backs up his previous season's. What the heck? What are these results even? That's crazy. And Jimmy Horton's getting top 10s now too. This career mode's so cursed with its ratings. What? Well, uh-oh. Ted Musgrave retired and is replaced by Ken Reagan out of the 50 car. But Buddy Baker retired out of what was supposed to be the 90, but is the 50 and got replaced by Ken Reagan? Wait, did Ted Musgrave retire and Buddy Baker took Musgrave's ride, and then Buddy Baker retired and Ken Reagan took his ride, and that messed up all the data link there? Because I know how it does the data swaps for driver retirements now. I've seen the behind the scenes. I don't know how it picks them. I know what data it changes to signify that. So that would make sense. I think we got a daisy chain event and it just isn't showing correctly. That's crazy. Interesting. Wait, is it rehiring the same people? Yeah, it is. That's Ty Thunder still, just hanging out. Mickey Gibbs wins again. 1 lap he led by 0.6. Wait, okay. What happened in this race? Bill Elliott and Mikey were leading, and with 2 to go, Kawicki and Gibbs took the lead, and Kawicki led with 2 to go, I guess, and Mickey led the last lap. Ken Schrader and Derek Hope didn't lead any, and they were right up there. Like, dominating, and just got passed right at the end, I guess. What a ridiculous top 10. Bobby Hillin with the top 10 spot, too. I don't know why Mickey's broken on the super speedways now in the simulate mode. This is weird. Unless it's... I got rid of the minimum cap on the track ratings for drivers, and maybe he's below that to where it glitches like qualifying, where it puts them up front. I don't know.
2016. Said Bobby Hill and her.
Okay, so we got lore here. So Mike Potter retires out of the 74. Neil Bonnet retires out of the Wood Brothers 21. And who do they put in the car? I don't know. The guy that's been winning the Daytona 500 every year, Mickey Gibbs. That makes sense. That's funny.
Nedum. Said it's like that for me Oswell when I test sponsors out in my 2003 Bush mod.
Yeah, it's so weird. So now, oh no. So the Wood Brothers hire Mickey Gibbs, freaking like 4 time in a row top 2 finisher, 4 out of 5, or 5 time, I don't know, however many times winning the 500. And where is he now? Where? He's 19th. Between my dad and Tim Richmond. What happened, Mickey? Earnhardt 21st. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Hey, was that? Oh, that was Sedgwick in the 82. That's crazy. All right, Rick Mast retired out of the 2 car. Darrell Waltrip retires out of the 17, and Bill Venturini gets a cup ride. Gets to drive the Tide 17 for oops. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Oh, I got Melon Yellow. Take it. It's Melon Yellow. I don't even remember who took Daryl's spot. I just said it. Oh, Bill Venturini is driving for Rick Hendrick now. Quickie wins again. Mickey he's gone to Gibbs or gone to Wood Brothers and realized that Wood Brothers is terrible. Look, this is the same result. Maybe it's because of the one race thing. I think that glitches out some of the simulation. Maybe that's what's going on, because we're getting like the same exact results now, other than what people retire and change it. Del McCowart calls it quits. Or Coert, however you say his name. I know that's a thing that can happen too, is if you shorten the schedule, the sim results get weird. Because yeah, this is the same exact thing. It's Kawicki, Schrader, Cope, Elliott, Waltrip, Hillen, and Horton. So I think we broke the sim results. Yeah, look, and my dad, Mickey, Tim Richmond, Irvor just ahead of, yeah, and Earnhardt 21st. It's the same. The randomization is broken at this point. So the only thing we have is these retirements. That kind of makes it not interesting. Should I make a safety save and make the season longer? See if that helps. Okay. Mike Chase retires out of the 23. Bobby Hamilton takes his spot. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna save it as the test spot. I'm gonna grab the mod tool. Let's go back. Oh, actually, no, I didn't need to go back. Wait, do I have the season? Yeah, I have season selected. Okay. Let's do, just for funsies, insert that. Oops. Because I know not having the All-Stars sometimes make it weird. We'll do Daytona, Bristol, and Atlanta. Oops. And generate. We shouldn't need a reload of the whole thing. We should just need to hit reload here and then leave that on until we load into career and then disable them. See if that fixes it. Okay, race 0 of 3 is the shootout. Wait, how am I eligible? I shouldn't be eligible. Uh-oh, that screen's messed. Maybe, well, let's see what happens. Okay, that broke. That's fine. No, it's the same result. Wait. Where's Mickey? Wait, Mickey blew up. If he blows up, he doesn't finish where he was. What is this randomization game? What are you doing? Derek Cope wins the Open? Or did I make the All-Star? Oh, I guess actually a lot of people will be
Gaku Beast
All-Star
2016.
eligible.
Said you won a poll, therefore eligible.
Did I win a poll?
Gaku Beast 2016. Said photogenish.
Yeah, I missed
Gaku Beast
that.
2016. Said
F's in chat for the photo finish. Yeah, it's so every race result's exactly the same now, except for the retirements. That's really weird. I still don't know what causes that. All right, Jack Pennington retires. Rodney Combs takes that spot. Irvor retires with no replacement out of the 97, which he took from Chuck Bown.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said yes, you got at least Martinsville/Richmond poll.
Okay. That shows how my memory works. All right, we're gonna wind this back to remove. You know, let's just make it just Atlanta. Just do the PNatch. And let's save it first. I don't know what happens if you change it on this screen, but we'll find out. Let's break some things. Enable, reload, disable. What happens? Oh, because we're on new season, maybe it'll... Ooh. Okay, I think we just lost a year like we did earlier. Okay, yeah. So the results are just effed. Which sucks, because that was kind of interesting. Bill Venturini in the 17. But we can at least see the rest of the retirement. So Jeff Bodine out of the 11. Jerry O'Neill from the 53 takes over the Junior Johnson Budweiser 11 ride. Lake Speed retires out of the 15 after replacing Morgan Shepherd, and then Greg Sachs with the incorrect picture takes over. The picture's probably got desync because I regened there, but that's fine. Because Bodine's is there. I don't know. But Greg Sachs takes over the 15. And Kawicki finally retires. Troy Beebe takes over. Road course ringer. Well, I think he ran a couple of non-road courses. Rodney Combs retires from the 47 after taking over for Pennington. Yeah, there's something about making a short schedule that ruins the results. So now that Kawicki's done winning races, Ken Schrader's here to take over. Yeah, it's all a mess. Oh. I don't know if you guys noticed yet the one thing I was mentioning. Earnhardt, oh my god. Dale Earnhardt retires in, what year were we in? 2004, I think it was. Replaced by Jimmy Spencer. Greg Sachs retires out of the 15.
JJ. Said Bill Venturini in the 17 is cursed.
Yes. These pictures are wrong. I'm going to reload my graphics here. Okay. There we go. Now they're right. Greg Sachs retires out of the 15. Butch Miller in the 98. I agree. Bill Venturini in the 17 is crazy. But Jimmy Spencer driving the 3 car. My God.
Said imagine Spence replaces him Woof.
Oh my gosh. I like Jimmy Spencer and all, but my gosh. So that means, hold on. We got to do our... What year are we in? We're in 07. So actually, Earnhardt retired end of 06. Crazy. Now, you guys still haven't noticed yet.
JJ. Said Earnhardt retired LOL.
But now you can notice because it broke things. We don't have 43 cars anymore. And it just it can run out of people. This can actually happen in the base game if you get enough retirements every year. So if you run a career mode and save it before starting the new season and make sure that there are 3 entries here every single time, then by the time you get late career, there won't be a full field anymore. That can happen in the base game. Larry Pearson retires out of the Harry Gant 33. Rick Wilson retires out of the 75. Bill Elliott retires, and there's nobody left to replace him. There's no drivers left.
JJ. Said Jimmy Spencer finished 33rd twice in one race LOL.
I mean, that's how talented he was.
2016. Said 2025 NASCAR Sim Pog.
Let's see. Yeah. Now we're down to 30. And Jimmy Spencer finishes 25th twice in one race while leading 2 laps twice in one race. And wait, does that give him the points? It gave him double points and double entry, but not double money. We've broken the game in so many ways. I don't even know. He stole the points win by finishing 25th twice. What in the world? Oh no. Ricky Rudd retired and then was maybe going to be replaced by Schrader, and then Schrader retired, and then so Brett Bodine then gets in the Hendrick 5 car. Tim Richmond finally retires. What in the world?
Gakube's 2016. Said Jimmy Spencer and his twin Jimmy Spencer.
We've gone off the
JJ.
rails.
Said LOL, everything is just broken now.
Yeah. It's all a mess. Derek Cope's now our winner because we're run out of other people. Venturini's going to working his way up the ranks. But oh yeah, you thought double Jimmy Spencer was badass. Triple Brett Bodine. He's coming back. He won our inaugural 500 legit, and now he's 7th 3 times. Where's Jimmy? Where's Spence at? Oh, he blew up on lap 6. They took each other out. The Jimmy and Jimmy show. They wrecked each other. What is happening? Bill Venturini retires out of the Tide 17, is replaced by Kyle Petty at Hendrick Motorsports.
Gakavi's 2016.
Oh God.
Said finished 7th thrice. 7-7-7.
777. He's got the slot machine. And then Bill Sedgwick retires out of the Mark Stahl entry. We'll see if there's dupe Kyle Petty's now. Oh my God. This got so wacky. I knew it was going to get weird late in the going, but I didn't know how weird. I was not expecting this, I'll tell you that. And there's going to be triple Bodines again. Yep. Leading 17 laps each in a 20-lapper. Wait a second. Oh no, that's lead changes. Okay, I was going to say, how many laps are in this race? I don't even see. Look at the average speed. 2,147,483,647 miles per hour. 0-second race. It had 2 cautions for 6 laps in that mayhem. They still got it done in the blink, like not even a blink of an eye. I don't know what's going on. Also, this is really broken. Derek Cope finishes 2nd.
Gakavi's 2016.
There's
Said light speed, average speed. Gakavi's 2016.
There's no first place finisher.
Said MOV, 47.
There's 47 laps of margin of victory. It's so big of a margin that first place is not even on the list. There's no. Let me sort it. There's last. Double Kyle Petty's. There's no first. This is it. First, see, I'm at the top result. No first. There's no more first. You know what? NASCAR decided to get rid of first place in 2010.
Said LOL. Gakavi's 2016. Said the race with no winner. Welcome back 1971. JJ. Said that average speed is like
God.
the Xfinity RCR cars at super speedways. JJ. Said nobody won LOL.
Yeah, this is weird. Alright, so Terry Labonte has retired. It was rumored that he was going to get replaced by Jerry O'Neill, and then Jerry O'Neill was like, nah, I quit too. And then Hut Strickland is now in the Skull Classic #1. Dale Jarrett retires out of Diamond Ridge. I know that's not where he actually was, but that's my what if thing. Oh, I saw their car numbers change when I left that page. That was weird. I'll have to see what it turned. I'll have to watch the thing back. So now there's going to be double or triple. We're running out of people. I just want to see, like, I was going to stop this sooner because we've done more than 20 seasons, but at this point I just want to see how ridiculous this gets. Bobby Hillen does not win. He finishes 2nd. Triple Bodine still. Triple Hut Strickland. Double Kyle Petty's. Double Jimmy Spencer's. And that's still... We've got 27 cars. Sorry, 26 cars because there's no first. Rusty Wallace retires. No replacement. Jimmy Horton calls it quits after an amazing career. And Hut Strickland... Look at this. Average finish 10th. Crazy. Hut Strickland takes his place. Wait, I thought Strickland was already in another ride. Is that what's happening? Is it replacing full-time guys with full-time guys and that's where it's duping them? Wait. Maybe that's it because Brett Bodine, Jimmy Spencer, Kyle Petty, they're all full-time. I think that's what's happening. The game can replace a full-time driver with a full-time driver. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, but I think that's what's happening. Mickey, look, there's 4 Stricklands Ridiculous. Mickey's still hanging out in the 21 car. Can't win after that. It said Chad Little won. Chad Little retired. Hutch Strickland wins the points by a huge margin because he's got 4-1 cheats going on here. We may have found the roots of the double points glitch in Chase for the Cup, or whichever one had that. Sterling Marlin retires out of the 94 Sunoco car, and Mikey Waltrip takes his spot. Phil Parsons retires. Okay, let's see if Mikey has double results now, because full-time. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Alright, triple... Yeah, see, double Mikey. Okay, I figured it out. It's full-time guys replacing people, and then if they replace two at the same time because of the way it's really glitching, then they end up with more spots. So what's... I gotta see the end of this. I have to know where this goes. Wait, Bobby Hillen was in the 8 car. Derek Hope retires out of someone else's ride, and Bobby Hillen takes his own ride back. What? It's just when I thought it couldn't get weirder, it got weirder. And Jimmy Spencer retires out of the 3. Nobody takes over the 3. They retire the 3 for good. Oh my god. I don't know what's going on anymore. This went so off the rails. Yep. Now Bobby Hillen's the best finisher is 4th. What? What is happening? There's no 5th place. There's no 7th and 8th. There's no 10th. There's quad entries going on for some people. There's only 22 positions technically, but there's less than that. This is so broke. Chad Little is infinitely just going to win, even though he's not even here. And Hutch Strickland's going to win all the championships until someone else quads up. Mickey Gibbs retired, also out of the 8 car. Bobby Hillen replaces him, back in his own ride. My dad retires. Finally called it quits in oh no. In 2014. Well, that's unfortunate. Wow. I don't know what is going on in this game. This is so wacky. So is there going to be more Hillens now? No, there's not more Hillens. It's just like showing him by accident when they retire. Now 5th place is our best finisher. Still going to be Chad Little. Still going to be Hutch Strickland. This is weird. I broke it entirely. Oh, Tommy Kendall was a fantasy driver. Why wasn't he starting any of the races? Brett Bodine retires out of the 5. Tommy Kendall comes out of nowhere to replace him. Ernie Irvin's out. Oh my gosh. This got so wacky. Yep, this is going to be our results every time. Mark Martin retires. Now is our best finisher going to be 9th? Where does this go? Kyle Petty retired, also replaced by Tom Kendall. Kyle Petty quits out of the 17 ride. I just want to see what happens. And the last season we'll do... Hang on, let me do save state. The save state just for... I'll do number 8. No, number 7, I mean. The last race, I want to go on track and see what happens and what the cars are and what the situation is. Because if we have triples and quads of people... Look at Tommy Kendall's tripped now, too. Davey Allison's still racing in the 28. Rob Moroso still racing. Wait, Kyle Petty's back in the... He just retired from the 17, but he's back in his own car. Bobby Hillen's still in his original ride, and that's it. That's the only people still in their original rides. Alright, Hutch Strickland's out. Maybe. He's tired of winning championships. Oh, he hit the 8 championship limit. That's right, the game does that. Davey Allison retires. Mikey Waltrip retires out of the 94 Sunoco car. Rob Moroso takes his place. So that's... I think we're only down to like 1 or 2 people in their original rides. I'm curious to see what is on track then. We'll get there. We'll find out. Okay, Mikey returned to his 30 car. He did what Kyle Petty did. He said he retired, but then he actually didn't, and Moroso's now doubled up in last. Wait, are we getting good sponsor offers now? Yeah, we are. Let's drive the Zero Skull Classic car, or Vor's old road course car. Heck yeah! Look at it! Look at that! I didn't even think to look. Nobody retired. Are they done retiring?
Nedum said make sure to save the career separately in case you play cause the game may crash.
I did a save state. I'll keep doing a save state. Are you saying like eject my memory card so I don't lose things forever? I'm gonna do that. Hold on. No, not game properties. Just memory cards. Let's eject all the memory cards so I don't break everything or lose anything important. That should be fine. What were the expectations of the sponsors? Win picking up places, but qualify in 30th at least. Okay, so qualify in the back, drive up front. Got it.
Nedum said, "Yeah, that's smart."
This is so weird. Also, our shop looks really upgraded, but in the main screen, it's showing the override one I have, which is only for the low budget one. So that's interesting. Or maybe I replaced the high budget one. I don't know. Wait, Troy Beebe's in the 7. Has he been in the 7? I know he took the spot, but I thought we didn't see him for a while. Yeah, nobody's retiring anymore. That's interesting. Is it because I took the ride? Would that really affect it? That shouldn't affect it. Okay. Okay, nobody's retiring. We're almost in the last season anyway. Let's go on track and see what the heck happens. And we'll end the stream after this, I guess. Survey says there's multiples of people. There's multiples of people. What the heck's my pylon say? Let's put that up too. Well, that's not showing multiples at all.
We're live from the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia for today's running of
Look at how low the blimp is.
I expect to see some
What is the blimp doing?
don't you?
The high speeds that can be reached here does make for some excitement.
What?
There are no restrictive plates.
Look at the grid. We're spaced out.
It's just all out good old stock car racing with the best drivers in the business. I can't wait to get this one underway.
Look at this beautiful field of cars. What is happening? Oh my god. The freaking low flying blimp.
Said the field.
The field.
Got at least 2016. Said blimp gonna crash into the stands.
Oh! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! They're multiplying!
And here's the
They're literally driving multiple cars.
front row are the 26 car and the 30 car.
Oh, we gotta do the lineup. We gotta do it.
In the second row are the 7 car and the Sitco Ford.
The Sitco Ford. It even said that. Still. It didn't say anything for row 3. Tommy Kendall. By himself. Nobody else.
In row 4 are double 0 car and the 20 car.
Double 0 car. Oh. And then it went to Kyle Petty's original ride. It literally spawned all of the cars that people were placed into. They're multiple, but on the results it only shows one entry. Oh. Okay, I hit the button because I thought it was crashing the game. Maybe next time I'll let it go longer. Okay, that's Phil Barkdahl. That's Rob. And Rob's also in the 20. Oh, I forgot we're going to be slow as balls. Why does my car sound like... Do you hear this go, wow, 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 wow?
Gakabees 2016 said this camera is having a sap.
This is handling weird, too. Is it? Wait, hold on. Is it because I have the... I unhooked the wheel, but I hooked the controller in the same slot. Oh, not game properties. Hold on.
Gakabees 2016
okay.
said LOL yes.
See if that fixes it. No, my car's still just running wrong. Boy, we've really botched the game completely. I kind of want to see other tracks now. Yeah, this is... Wait, we still got yellows on. Wow. Rob Moroso got damaged. I'm pretty sure Rob Moroso hit Rob Moroso is what just happened. Yeah, it's literally just people in multiple cars. Does it show the correct icons? No, it doesn't. But they're literally just driving every version of a car that they replaced somebody in. They just replaced multiple people. That's so wacky. We're 15th in a field of like 8. That explains how they were finishing 5th, because they were getting beat by their other selves and it was showing like their worst position, or just the one car that they were in but not the other one. I don't even know. This is wacky as hell. But I have hiccups. Oh my god. Wait, no, Tommy Kendall's got multiple.
Gakabees 2016
Look at this.
said magnificent.
The full race stat screen generates the icons differently than this one does in the pause menu. Tommy Kendall has his other rides, and Tug's going nuts behind me. Tommy Kendall has his other rides here, but if you go into race stats, he's all number 5. Brett Bodine has the 26 here, but he has the 25 here. It's all wacky. Oh my god, we broke the game in many ways. Let's
said NT 2004, a metaphysical comedy.
Okay. We don't need the pylon anymore. But I do want to switch the track. Let's add Bristol, baby, and then remove Atlanta and Peanutch, and then enable, reload, and go. And no retirements. Let's go to Bristol and see what the heck happens here. I don't even think it advanced the year correctly. Ty Thunder's still with us. He's stuck with us. Wait, do I even have... it's all my equipment from when we ended. Oops, not simulate race. Oh my gosh. I was not expecting this wackiness. I should qualify. Can I qualify good? I can't even drive good. At least my motor sounds normal in qualifying, or at Bristol. We're 11th. Is that good? Or is that still last? I mean, okay, we did gain spots, maybe, potentially. Yeah, we got people behind us. Okay.
Welcome everyone to Bristol, Tennessee.
Where's the blimp?
Today's NASCAR Winston Cup race, the Food City 500. As usual, 43 cars will start this race.
No.
And when they get lined up to take the green, they'll take up more than half the racetrack.
No.
A lot of these teams
You
don't
can't
like
count.
being here too much. There isn't a whole lot of room out there, which usually leads to a week of work in the body shop. There probably won't be a single car at the end that doesn't at least have a scratch or two, and some will be much worse than that.
Brett Bodine got his only Winston Cup victory at the Old North Wilkesboro track in 1990.
It has been a decade since Brett has
No, he won the Daytona 500 in our career.
Brett Bodine is a rarity on the NASCAR circuit these days as the last of the older drivers.
That really is a lot for one man in these days of multi-car teams which can share information.
Or I just double-storied Brett Bodine because he has 2 freaking car entries. Oh, is it gonna go through the? Is it gonna? Oh, okay. No, that was normal.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said Brett 2. Gawker Beast 2016. Said good lord.
Let's see how they'll
All right, I'm letting it go. Oh, we're in the infield, or the parking lot, or the infield. I think we're in the infield.
in the second row, the 42 car and the
I don't know what's going on. You can see inside of the 5. Yep, Mikey Waltrip on a row by his own. Totally what's happening.
in row 4 are the 0 car and the 0 car.
I don't know what's going on or what blew up.
Top 10
Gawker Beast 2016. Said AAA.
Hey.
The 6th row has the 0 car and the 20 car.
EA Sports. It's in the game. EEE. There you go, Dave Marcus. Well, wait, no, who's in his car? It's not Dave Marcus anymore.
And finally, starting from the rear of the field will be the 0 car.
Gawker Beast 2016. Said the engine's blown. Gawker Beast 2016. Said that was the sound effect for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god. I just kind of want the grid to just go. Is it gonna keep doing these things? I sped it up. I love the camera that was showing the whole infield. Oh look! Oh yeah! There we are! Look at our
Gawker
car!
Beast 2016. Said ha ha ha.
Why the friggin' world? The pace lap's more entertaining than the damn. I'm out of the camera. The pace lap's more entertaining than the friggin' race right now. I don't know what's happening. Alright, we'll let it get to us one more time. See where it goes this time. Nope, went into space.
Nedum. Said ha 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 what?
Oh,
Gawker
we're
Beast
back here.
2016.
There's us.
Said low poly car wood.
Alright, here we go. Careful on the start, they're wrecking. What is my engine? I don't have engine sounds. It did blow up on the pace lap. I have no engine sounds. What? What? Wait, how did I blow up? Is it because I blew up already?
Gawker Beast 2016. Said electric power.
The yellow didn't wave as much as usual.
Well, the fans probably would have liked to see more excitement. Now, I'm sure the drivers, on the other hand, were happy about the low number of cautions.
The 0 car went backwards after a top 10 start.
Well, I'm sure he's
Gawker
not very
Beast
happy about his
2016.
finish. That whole team
Said
really
ha, ha, ha,
wanted
ha,
that
ha.
car to beat in this one. Sometimes things just don't work out like you planned, especially in this NASCAR Winston Cup Series.
We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast of NASCAR Winston Cup Racing on EA Sports.
Alright, what track do we want to see the middle of the infield in? Because that's what the camera seems to do, is reset the the Rob Moroso, the 27. Yep, so okay, even retiring from a race has messed up results. This is so wacky. I don't even know what to think at this point. What track? We gotta see one more track. We'll do one more and then I'm done. God, this got off the rails so much. I'm leaning towards Daytona, but what about Daytona Beach?
Gakubi's 2016. Said Daytona or Dega.
How about Daytona Beach? Dega, you see the infield with the road course. Actually, Daytona's got a road course too. Oh, you know what? We'll do the speed zone, Dega. We'll see if that works. I think that one of those works.
2016. Said I love this.
This is ridiculous. All right, if speed zone doesn't work, we'll do
Gakubi's
we'll do
2016.
Tiburon.
Said beach yes.
All right. Peanut only. Game properties. Hang on. Let's do this. Oh no, we have to reload a save state. We have save states. This is okay. We're good. Because we were in the last season there. That was the end of it. But now I want more. I want to know what's going on. We broke the shit out of the game. All right, off to Daytona Beach we go.
We're live from the Atlanta Motor Speedway in
Wait.
Georgia.
It didn't. Ah!
And here's the starting lineup for the race.
They crashed.
Front row are
Okay, hold on. It didn't go to beach. It went to Atlanta after saying beach on the select screen. So we need to simulate. Wait, is Dega gonna work? Is Speed Zone Dega gonna work? I think we had to simulate to the next season yet. Yeah, it's still Atlanta. Ah! I don't want to practice. Darn quick menus. Let's simulate the season out. And then it should work once we get to the new year. Okay. Changing schedules mid-game and all that does not go well. My God, we broke the shit out of this game. There we go. Now we're at the beach.
Can you believe this, Barney? It's like we've stepped
I can't believe it.
We're live from the beach in Daytona, Florida, to bring you a little bit different racing than you're used to.
That's not accurate.
Daytona 500 on the beach here on MRN. What a great opportunity for the fans to come out and relive a piece of history today.
Can you believe after all these years we're back to where it all started?
I just
This race
realized
pays
something.
tribute to all the drivers who have come before the sport and helped make it what it is today.
I have a save state with this info borked right now. And I already knew how driver swaps work, replacements.
Gakubi's 2016. Said I can believe it's all broken.
I think I can manually modify some of the data in memory. I'm not going to do it tonight, but I think I can manually modify some of the data in memory so that more copies of the same driver exist. As in, I think I could make one driver the entire field. And based on what's happening here, that means when the pace car pulls off, their car will turn into 42 cars. So I might do that and have a save state for it for next time or something. Because of, like, you see how they all multiply there? Like, I can get that to happen more.
The 26 car and the 42 car.
Oh man, I know how to do
Gakubi's
this.
2016. Said sounds
Starting
fun.
in row
Hell
two
yeah.
will be the 00 car and the 7 car.
This is a
In row
cool
three
shot.
are the Citgo
Not to
Ford
see the
and the
paints, but
14
you know, to see the. Okay, we blew up in space. That's the first angle. Now we're in a sand bank. Okay, that was the first time. Let's see where it's got to go. It might go elsewhere. It might go good places. The Bristol one was fantastic. Maybe it won't because of the hills. It's just going to end up in the mountains.
Row 7 will be the 00 car and the 30 car.
Mikey.
And finally, starting from the rear of the field.
Yeah, it's fine.
The zero car.
Gaku Beast 2016.
That's
Said
interesting.
no engines blown.
It calls us the 0 car, but there's some invisible car that it's calling 00. So I wonder if that's just like the default if it errors out. Oh, it's just gonna be in space. Oh, it's in the rail. Okay, hang on. I'll speed it up. We'll see. We'll see. We'll give it one more shot. Oh, just in the mountains. I mean, it's a different spot every time, though, so far. One more? One more? One more? I know I said one more last time, but now I said one more. No? Maybe?
Nedum. Said MRN always calls the 0 the 00.
No.
Your spotter does the same thing.
They said the 0 car. I've heard the audio. I know the audio exists. If you set the car number behind the scenes...
Said wait, you should try this at Sawmill. Gaku Beast 2016. Said carrot.
Okay.
Nedum. Said Sawmill has a dockside spinning wheel under the track.
Oh, yeah. Wait, why is it... It was automatic transmission. Oh, because I never ran this track before. I still have a quiet car. I wish it would have broke our like top speed the other way or something, or made something else ridiculous. That's not turn 1. Okay.
Gaku Beast 2016.
Oh, we got a motor now.
Said no engine again, lol.
Alright, so if you blow a motor on the pace laps, you don't have engine sounds. Unless another yellow comes out. Although I'm still slow as balls. Bonsai! Oh, I just missed him. Okay. Let's go to the next race. Oh my god.
Welcome to NASCAR's most competitive track, Talladega Superspeedway. For today's race, this is Joe Moore along Barney Hall.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said fascinating.
Some drivers will tell you that finishing with their car in one piece here is just as good as a win. But close racing makes it very exciting for the fans, but very
Yep.
Michael Walter joined DEI at the start of the 2001 season. Got a win in his very first race for his new team.
He followed that up with some very impressive runs at the restrictor plate tracks. He's always had a knack for drafting in the top-notch equipment. You'll be sure to see him up near the front.
Okay, one Mikey intro. No low blimps.
Here's the starting lineup. Mexico Ford, the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader, will be starting for the pole.
Yeah, well, it's the speed zone track. There's no money there.
Two will be the 00 car and the 30
Gaku
car.
Beast 2016. Said $0 purse, what a deal.
In row 3 are the 42 car.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Getting a purse for $0. Free purse. Okay.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said sit go forward.
Oh, we're in the truck.
Starting from row 7 will be the 7 car and the 71 car.
I want to hear if it says 0 or 00 this time, because it said 0. It said both.
The rear of the field will be the 0 car.
See, Needham? It said 0 car. Not 00.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said beautiful.
Just the truck. It's just going to be the truck now. There's a random piece of fence there. Well, we got a cool little, like a cool blimp view of the track.
Nedum. Said I didn't mean to say always from MRN, I meant for the spotter, I swear.
Oh. No, this... I don't know for the spotter. I can't wreck him. I was trying to wreck him. I also, again, have just no speed at all. Okay, hold on. We're gonna wait for everybody.
Gakubees 2016 said, "LOL, we always blow our engine."
I think it like tries to warp our car to wherever the camera goes or something, which is weird. Wait. Oh, they wrecked. Wait, did they try to pit? All right, we gotta go back and see what the yellow is. Oh, or did they wreck because of the speeds, because of the tents and the walls here? Oh my God! If they try to pit here, they're just gonna crash right into this wall. Bam. Oh man, there's a lot of skid marks. All right, we're gonna see what happened. There we go. Don't crash.
Gakubees 2016 said, "Comedy."
Yep. Oh. They did crash into the wall. 10 out of 10 cameras by EA, of course. Then the second pack didn't. Oh, they piled in. Ah. Wow. One of the Bobby Hillens and Mikey Waltrip crashed. Oh my God, I have no fuel. Wait. How am I moving, though? Oh, no, we're coasting. Oh, no. They're out of fuel, we're out of fuel.
Said, "Even better camera than usual." Neto
Oh, my God.
said, "EA Sports coverage is better than Fox still, even with those camera angles."
Ah. Oh, my God, what's happening? Stop blocking me, we're out of fuel.
Gakubees
Push me!
2016 said, "We're all dead, woo."
What is going on? No wonder they tried to pit. We didn't have fuel. This is more speed zone track shenanigans than it is anything. But oh my God, we're not gonna make it though. Is the problem? None of us are gonna make it, bro.
Gakubees 2016 said, "Wait, wreck him to get a yellow."
Don't block me.
Gakubees
I can't wreck him. It'll
said, "The only chance
Oh.
to survive."
no, because it'll say you're out of fuel when it takes over. Oh, I gotta shoot the gap. The slowest gap ever. Oh, I didn't make it. My car was too fat. I thought I could make it. No! But so did they! No!
Gakubees 2016 said, "Unless."
This is the kind of finish the fans love to see.
Is it?
Well, you know, you're right. That was an incredible finish to an even more incredible race.
I'll give you incredible.
The Winston Cup Series is so exciting to watch.
I
The
won't
zero
give you
car
exciting.
Never even got a scratch in this race.
Yeah, I
you
did.
don't quite know what's going to happen in these NASCAR Winston Cup races. When you finish a race and your car still looks brand new, you've done one heck of a job as a driver.
Why were they Why were they swerving?
Exchanging words in the garage with the 71 car.
You don't make it into Winston Cup racing without being competitive, and sometimes these instincts get a little out of hand. Should be fun to see what happens next.
We're out of time here at MRN. We hope you enjoyed.
And I'm out of gas. Rob Rosso wins again. He made it back to victory lane. We weren't last. Oh yeah, because these guys died on lap 1. We made it to 4, and then everyone else somehow got fuel. That's a bunch of BS. All right, we're still going. We're still going. I'm still doing this. We could skip the MRN intros for the track stuff. We had our comedy with that. We'll jump to just the grid.
The 21 car, the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader, will be starting for the
Where are we?
2016
Oh, the backstretch.
said, "MOV
In the
125
second
laps
row are the
LMAO."
00 car and the 14 car.
All right, there goes our motor. And where are we? We're in a garage. Well, that makes sense if we blew the motor. Speed it up to next time it glitches.
Gaku East 2016. Said $300,000 pog.
Yeah, all the fantasy tracks have 300K as their payout. Alright, we're the next one, I think. Just the backstretch. Come on, Tiburon. All right, we'll do Sawmill then for Needham, but or did he say Dockside? Oh, Sawmill has the Dockside spinning. Okay, we'll do Sawmill then. Go. Wait, I have a motor. I have engine sounds. Oh, it's... Wait, the yellow came out. Is it because we started at 0 miles an hour? I skipped it by accident. I think it's because we started slow. Okay, bye. Are we that slow or are they that fast? I know we're in a 50 rated dead car that's been used for a billion seasons, but I also feel like my steering's weird.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said that means we didn't explode. Someone else did.
Yeah, but they put a backup motor in, those cheaters. This is weird. Alright, Sawmill it is. Last chance for something fun. Beep, beep, beep. Sawmill. Add it. And Pinatch. And cheat. Cycle. Reload. That's good.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said so did Jeff in 2001 All-Star.
Yeah, I mean, more than just Jeff in that one, though. That All-Star was... That was a weird one, though, with the rain and the wreck and the everything else. But that wasn't just Jeff. That was, like, half the field. Just Jeff won or whatever, so they freaked out.
Welcome, everyone, to Mill Valley, California, for coverage of today's race. The
Okay,
Lumberjack
we don't need this part.
325. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup. In the front row are the Citgo Ford and the 26 car.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said that was fun. Several people, yeah. Nedum.
Trees.
Said okay, now we watch.
Trees. Alright, let me speed it up. Just random forest shot. I think it's the center point of the track. I do know other ways to get out of bounds at tracks, though, with modding stuff. But we found that a long time ago.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said Dej.
Oh. That should be us next. Come on. No? Wait, is it not going to do it anymore? Alright, well, for those who don't know, the other method of getting out of bounds at tracks is you can change part...
Said the deep dark forest.
Oh. Trees. We're just in that... It's just one spot, it seems like. So the other way you can get out of bounds and explore, sort of... There's a way to do... If you change what track physically loads versus visually, they're actually two different values in memory, and you could set any physical track to load on a different visual track. So you could run this road course layout that's invisible around around Daytona, and it'll wind through the stands and up into the sky and sometimes down below a track. So technically you can explore that weird method, but I hadn't messed that in a long time. But I could always do maybe I'll do a bonus stream someday where we just like throw one weird road course on every regular track and explore and see where it goes. Oh, different part of the forest. It is moving. Why is it moving though? It was like the same spot the first 2 times.
Gakabees 2016 said, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I found that out when I initially, like way back when we were just using Excel to mod the game. Switching tracks around was funky. I couldn't figure out the right way to do it, and now I have the right way to do it, at least for the schedule. But oh, look at that view. That's a camera shot. Well, that's pretty. I mean, it's low res, but it's pretty. No, we're back here. Alright, let's go in our quiet car. Oh, I am back to a manual transmission, apparently. There was no warning on that. Wait, if I'm blown up, can I... That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Well, now we're going to have engine back. I was going to see what would happen if I blew it up by revving. Wait, no, it's still quiet. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it was just low RPM. Standing start pod.
Gakabees 2016 said standing start pod.
Wow. That was a tough break. Look at the fans on the log. I've never noticed that before. What the heck? I just realized I pointed at my screen as if you guys could see. Well, actually, I would be pointing at it.
Well, that was good news to the guys who ran out front. More cautions would just have meant more restarts, which is more chances for you to lose positions.
The Zero car didn't have much of a race.
Well, all the guys on that team
Murder!
worked so hard,
I got him!
couldn't get a
It even has the camera on him.
2016
The Zero
said
car
sweet Jesus.
probably won't be hanging out after the race with
It-
the 94 car.
It had the
Sure,
camera on him.
got started, but now that they have a little history on the track, it'll be something to watch in the weeks ahead.
Thanks for joining us.
The replay by default had the camera on the car I destroyed.
See you next time.
I've had it when you switch. Look at the back end. I've never seen the damage like that. What? I've seen it when you switch it around, it goes off of the main person. Like right here, it's going to Derek Cope, but I've never seen it where it starts on
Gakabees
them.
2016 said the Zero car committed murder on the 94 car.
That split second of damage it had at the beginning, like I've never seen that damage before. That was weird. Because we all know these are like kind of scripted-ish, like pre-made damage models, but I've never seen it that whatever that was. Yeah, this. What is this? Oh, now it's not going back. And now it's back to me. No! Wait, the replay camera stayed on him? Hang on. Hold on. Now it's not even returning to him. Now, no wait, no it did. Oh my god. I got the replays to permanently switch cars if I keep the view the same. I didn't know that was possible. I wonder if I can find the camera data in memory. Hang on, let's... No, never mind. It's not gonna... I wouldn't be able to. It'd just be a million results. I'm not even gonna try because it's too late at night. Alright. That's gonna do it for this chaotic stream. This has been the 1990 season and then some. and we went to all sorts of places I don't think any of us expected to end up. But that was a fun adventure. Next weekend I'll be doing, I believe, the poll. I haven't checked it. Let's maybe not do this on this screen. Yeah, it's over on the screen.
Gakavi's 2016. Said hyper-based stream.
The poll's not finished, but I believe it's, last I looked, yeah, Vanilla Plus Career with shorter races is dominating the poll at the moment. So that's probably what we're going to do next Saturday. There's also Thursday I'll be playing PlayStation 1. And then I go on vacation, so I'll be gone for like a week or two from streaming. And we'll just keep doing Vanilla Plus while I'm painting 91. When 91 is ready, we'll switch back to continuing 91 season. Hopefully I will have found the ratings things out a little more so we can actually have an accurate career. If not, as much as I hate to say it, I'm debating pivoting to season mode if the ratings work properly in season mode. I hate to say that though, because I really like
2016.
this.
Said take care, Ty again, man. Peace.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Cubbies. And everyone watching this back after the fact, like, I hope you enjoyed the chaos that was whatever the heck half of that was. That was, I don't even know what was going on. Like I said, I'm gonna look into doing the 43 car field of one guy going into a million cars, well, 40 cars, but I'm gonna try that. Actually, I wonder, oh my god, could we get more than 40 cars? If I set it up to where one person is every single car in the database, which is like over 120 cars or something, would that car, that single entry, multiply into all of them? Or would they all have to make the field to, it might still only be 43 then, I don't know, or 42, but we'll find out. I'm going to try that sometime. Maybe we'll start next stream with that and then switch to Vanilla Plus. So, yeah, look forward to that next week.